won't feel like I don't even feel like streaming again. This game has already pissed me off. To the extent that I don't even want to stream again. I swear to God, I don't. Some for real shit. I'm just fucking bored, brother. I'm gonna neighbor. I'm gonna just stream for 1 hour, 2 hours. I'm gonna go to neighbor. Fuck it, talking about none of those bullshit. Yo, I sound drunk. What am my mother? Jesus. Don't tell me. This is number one thing I hate. Like, what's up, nigga? What's up? What's up? What's up? Ah! Ah! You guys will be opening your mouth, be talking that this Wi-Fi is good. Wi-Fi is dog shit. To come to the parlor for the Wi-Fi to be good. Diablo.
He attacked him and forced him to hand it over. He wasn't even curious how his brother died. He only helped him kill Hay before because he was saving his face as well as his. But now that he's dead, as the elder brother, he claimed rights to his belongings. He was caught off guard when he saw Hay's palm technique. It blew his right arm into pieces. The black-haired woman looked away, and Shion's body slid towards the entrance of the altar. His blood spilled, and the creature on the other side of the altar sensed it. It awakened the creature. I sensed the sinister aura. At this moment, there were only 9 minutes and 20 seconds left. He cut the chains of the woman. The woman
What the
remembered.
fuck?
She knew he vanished without a trace after the company. She didn't expect him to be that powerful. He replied that he had no time to explain, and had the golem escort her out first. She was too stunned to speak when the golem hand grabbed her. Meanwhile, Jikian's body was being absorbed by the creature in the dark altar, and that creature opened its eyes, then grabbed a sword. Then she stepped out. Just looking at her red, glowing body, you could already tell that she's not an ordinary being. Hay saw her. His eyes immediately tried to gauge her power, but her power was overwhelming. Just her presence made him already bleed. He tried to use divine senses to assess her cultivation level, but got hit with a countermeasure instead. The exit where she came out had closed. It made Hay wonder what kind of being
What
Jiqian
the f-
would end up accidentally sacrificing himself to. And without saying a word, she charged at him. He blocked her sword using his dagger, but her strength made him fall to his knees, and the sword scratched his shoulder. She was about to kick him. He blocked it using his other arm, and then an explosion followed. He was thrown towards the wall of the cave. She got into her combat stance. Hay noticed how heavy and forceful her strikes were. He planned to use the golem to assist when she charges again. But before he could do anything, he was already splashed. At the floating island, 3 clay statues had shattered. The divine dragon seemed bothered that all the death substitute puppets exploded all at once. She could tell it was a sign that she'd die. Meanwhile, Hay was confused why he didn't even see the sword swing, but he'd already been struck. He fell on his stomach. The woman closed her eyes as a magic circled around her finger. Then she was about to strike him again. She targeted his neck, but he blocked it using his dagger. The impact was so powerful that it released a gust of air around him. He realized that she even wanted to finish him off with a follow-up strike. He signaled using his finger, and the golem hand appeared. It tried to hit her, but she evaded it by doing a somersault. Distance between them. She was slightly caught off guard when he followed up with an attack using his dagger. The system notified Hay of the 99% damage he received, and boiling blood had been activated. He was thrilled that he could finally duel properly. He also learned that her move that one shot him earlier had a sequence, so it was no wonder he couldn't defend against it.
Fine.
He continuously attacked using his dagger, which she skillfully countered using her sword. Then he threw an orb. She got distracted by it, and as soon as it hit her sword, it exploded. It made her use her one-shot move again. He saw it coming. He was actually waiting for it. The system notified him that the enemy skill had been prepaid. She unleashed Celestial Annihilation. They both released destructive energy, and when it clashed, it caused another explosion. When the dust cleared, it revealed that they were still both standing. But seconds later, the woman fell. Hay was all right, though. She was confused about how it happened because she launched an attack on him first. It should have hit, but he was unharmed. He mocked her for being so flustered that she spoke normally. All the while, he thought she was mute. He replied that she can strike preemptively, but he could do the same. At first, he wanted to prepare a defense against the final outcome of her attack, but he couldn't. It seemed like it required a much higher cultivation level. Then he remembered that the last time they clashed, she didn't finish him off and then tried to slice his neck as follow-up. He anticipated that next time, she would go for his head. And so, he prepared for that, and as a bonus, he stole a slash too. It made her furious. But something distracted her. A magic circle appeared. Then Hay was warned to complete the hand signs for his prepaid technique, or he'll face divine retribution. It was his first time seeing the divine punishment that one must endure when using prepaid Heaven's Law techniques. They both made a hand gesture. The woman panicked because the signs won't align. A hand from the ground appeared.
All of a sudden.
She refused to let that stop her from completing her cast. But he didn't need to stop her from finishing it. He just needed to waste her time. She broke free. Then she continued her signs. But it was already too late. Several magic circles
All of a sudden.
destroyed a wide area.
Anime is too good,
Hay
guy.
was safe, though. The system notified him that the automatic
Jesus.
condensation realm prepayment had been completed. It had deducted the required share of cultivation and virtue from the session. His cultivation has risen to the
Diablo.
third layer of the condensation realm. New system resources were unlocked at each layer. The woman
The quality now is better than Apasiada.
then Hay told her that they now shared one health bar. He
Apasiada.
smiled at the two sent together. Blood curse was inscribed on this woman named Long Yin. Damage taken by her in combat will now be transferred to the Dragon King. At the bath, the cat was sleeping peacefully. The water in the bathtub turned into bubbles, and the divine dragon stood up. The cat was surprised at the sudden action, so it woke up and asked what happened. The divine dragon felt something strange, like another vampire was on her. The system notified Hay that the advanced payment skill has been upgraded. He can now make advanced payments for magical artifacts, elixirs, but the level of the items cannot exceed his current major realm. The next day in school, Long Yin appeared wearing skimpy clothing. Hay turned to her. Fatty and the green-haired guy watched her. Fatty curious who she was. The green-haired guy teased him for being into his sister-in-law. He turned pale and clarified that his heart had only room for teacher Ju. Hay asked the woman if they knew each other. She pointed out that they just battled a few days ago. She reminded him that they're on the same health bar. Hay finally recognized her. She changed her hairstyle. That's why he couldn't recognize her. Then he asked her how she managed to enroll in the transfers into their class. She sat beside him and replied that one fresh trick works every time. 2 days ago, the principal received gold bars to admit a new transfer student, and in the present setting. The homeroom teacher, Teacher Tao, announced that the small-scale tests were over and it would be the beginning of the mock exams. For most of them there, it would be their first real combat experience. They have all studied hard for dozens of years, so it was time for them to show the true results of their cultivation. He called all students to assemble in the examination area. First, the grade 12 class 1 was told to assemble. Then the class 2 began the roll call. Class 3 were all present. Class 4 was called next. Yin finds the exam interesting. The green-haired classmate was worried that he would embarrass himself in front of the whole grade. Hay assured him that it's going to be fine. It made him perk up. But to his disappointment, Hay explained that he's shameless, so he didn't care about being embarrassed. The teacher announced the examination rules. Each class has its own exclusive examination area. The edges of the area have been sealed with barriers, ensuring that candidates who win the same exam will not interfere with each other. Each candidate will fight the same monster. Those who achieve a KO within 5 minutes will receive a full score. Those who fail to get a KO by the end of the exam time would be scored based on the effective damage dealt. If an emergency occurs during the exam, Teacher Joe incentive would kill the The exam had officially begun. Students whose names were called would come down and prepare. First was grade 12 class 1, Zhao Jikang and Guofan Liang. Also class 2 Tang Long and class 4 Yugasaki Hanako. Hei asked why there were people from the Ying sect there. The green-haired student replied that it's because it's a mission from the Cultivation Education Bureau. As part of the top-tier sect peace treaty, almost every high school has to accept a few exchange students from the Ying sect. He thought only regular high schools had exchange students. He didn't expect cultivation high schools to do that too. A long, black-haired girl. This girl was Ryugasaki Hanako, and she glanced at the audience.
Oh yeah, I see
You
him.
can tell her intuition was sharp. Yin was annoyed that she glared at her master. She claimed that she's the only one who gets to glare at her little bro. The green-haired guy commented that the hierarchy between them was something else. Hei was speechless. They had begun, and the exam monster was summoned. A large, creepy portal appeared at the center. An eye appeared. Then it revealed this mushroom man creature. Teacher Jian felt the ominous aura. He was nervous because it was the cloud canopy demon lord that was suppressed by the Taizong sect. He told Teacher Tao that using it for the first mock exam was too much. Teacher Tao called him impatient and mocked him that it was no wonder he still was a PE teacher. Teacher Tao explained that if it had been the original body, even after being suppressed, all of them would have died already. But the exam monsters were all clones grown from the spores of that demon lord. Although they were also at the condensation realm, their strength was below that of proctoring teachers, and the site was surrounded by suppression stones, so they had nothing to worry about. A student released fire toxins. It made the monster jump backwards. The teacher announced that if they failed to cause any damage to the exam monster before the end of the exam, it would result in a score of 0. The student who released the fire talisman could only sob. Another student threw a barrage of rocks on the exam monster, but was punched by the monster instead. The student had been able to damage the monster, but the monster threw him outside the examination area, so he failed. Then they announced results for other students like Zhang Shuaiwen with 61 points, Wu Liwan failed, Chen Zhenglin with 68 points. The bystanders couldn't believe how difficult the first mock exam for the year was. Not a single person has scored over 70, and only a handful have passed. They questioned which teacher came up with the exam. They planned to find out later. The green-haired student was relieved. He had nothing to be embarrassed about now, since everyone was embarrassed already. Then he saw something. Teacher Jian expressed that Teacher Tao had gone too far. Making the first mock exam so hard could destroy the student's confidence. Teacher Tao reasoned that if they can't even withstand a mock exam of that difficulty, then it would be the worst class he ever taught. He noticed something at the arena. Hanako was running away from the monster. He didn't expect that. She was heading for the edge of the barrier. He couldn't believe that she's forfeiting the exam. But before she crossed the barrier, she jumped. She was about to cross the barrier. But she did not. Instead, she used it to steady herself and to gain more momentum as she prepared for her attack. The monster was about to punch her. She unsheathed her sword, and in an instant she sliced the monster into pieces. Teacher Jian was surprised with the complete knockout. She received a full score. The crowd were amazed. Most were struggling to pass, and yet she got a full score. They called her a monster and wondered where she came from. One of them replied that she's the exchange student from the Ying sect, the top student of class 4. A samurai watched her. He looked smug. He knew it was just the beginning. He arranged an extra exam for them. Mushrooms had sprouted from the cracks on the floor of the arena, and it was connected to a scarier creature underneath. The next batch was called. The first one called was grade 12 class 1, Lai Junhao. The green-haired guy expected him to get a full score too, since he is the number 1 student in class 1. He noticed Hei moving his hand, so he asked what he's gesturing at. I knew he couldn't see the system prize wheel, so he simply replied that he's just waving off some mosquitoes. He didn't care about who's number 1, he only cared about what good magical artifacts he can get an advance payment on. Meanwhile, the fangirls cheered for Junhao. Junhao was confident to kill the exam monster.
Oh yeah, he be
He
free.
proved that there was no difference in level even between 2 number 1s. Black mist appeared in the area. The mushroom monster emitted the mist. Teacher Tao had no idea who came up with that kind of monster. Junhao was confident that even when it changed its form, he would still instantly kill it. Several writing appeared on his fist with clenched. Then he punched the
Yo,
monster,
what's good? What's good, my
attempting to
boy?
fly
What's
backwards.
good? Welcome
Teacher
to the stream,
Jian
my
was
boy.
surprised with his
What's good?
power.
Let's go with
Teacher
you.
Tao explained that Junhao
How you
had placed
doing,
a
lad?
magic formation on his arm to increase the destructive power of his fist. The kid had a lot of hope for a guaranteed admission to Peking University of Tsinghua University, but the teacher hid his anger that he wasn't in his class. The attack was so destructive that it caved to the ground. He boasted that the punch guaranteed his admission, and that he also had proven that there was a distinction between two number ones. But he turned pale. Even the teachers got worried. The monster stood in front of him. He was shocked that it was still standing. He finds it strange. He knew it wasn't because he twisted his waist and set his shoulder incorrectly affecting the power generation. He decided to just do it again. But teacher Jian, in panic, screamed at him to get away from there. He continued to punch them, but before he could land the punch, he was instead punched in the gut and was thrown away. He crashed on the wall with a powerful impact. Teacher Jian had come to his aid and supported him to stand, but he also coughed blood. He did his best to disperse his force, but he still suffered internal injuries. He knew the monster wasn't supposed to be there. He got on the phone to call for reinforcements, since an off-the-charts monster had just appeared. The person on the other line asked what the difficulty of the current exam was. He requested for the highest realm teachers available. The monster was running towards him. Someone restrained its feet. The proctor was offended that the monster acted like he didn't exist. He also bound the monster's arms. Little did they know that the monster underneath fully opened its eyes. The mushroom monster created spikes from its back, and it pierced through the ground. The proctor continued to hold the strings that bind it, but something underneath shattered the ground around him. He knew that's not
Yeah,
supposed to. He
that's
heard
what
the
I
seal
thought.
exploding. The monster broke free, but a fireball came raining down on it.
GG.
It countered it by releasing something from its mushroom head. It flashed into
What
fireballs,
the fuck?
creating another explosion. The monster ran out of the smoky area. It targeted the person on the roof who was releasing the fireballs. Hanako watched the chaos from the top of the walls. She raised her swords. The samurai beside her asked her what she's doing. She told him she'd go down to help. This man, Sezaki Kaku from Ryuksaki sect, screamed at her if she was a fool. He told her the exam was set up specifically to pave the road for you. As long as the off-the-charts monster accidentally takes out those top-ranked students in grade, she would be guaranteed admission to Tsinghua University or Peking University, even Juxian University. She didn't want to use such despicable methods to obtain a guaranteed admission spot. She was determined to tear up that despicable monster. But suddenly she felt weird. She cradled her head and screamed from the pain. Kaku used a soul-binding curse on her. He was relieved to have placed her on a leash. Otherwise, his father's meticulously planned operation would have been wasted. Hanako inherited none of the cold-blooded and cruel virtues of the Rugasaki family. In her bones, she still had the fatal flaw of her original bloodline. She was gentle, kind, and upright. It made him wonder why his father would waste resources on her. He got distracted when an explosion happened on the top of the building. Teacher Tao was thrown out. He realized that the monster was at least at the 5th layer of the condensation realm. He questioned who on earth issued that exam monster. He activated a body protecting an astral shield. The monster rushed toward him. It was moving so fast that his eyes couldn't keep up. He could only create an omnidirectional defensive shield. The monster attacked him. It made a crack on the shield, and eventually shattering it and grabbing Teacher Tao by the neck. It had this huge grin on its face. The teacher had drooled, and his eyes turned white as the monster choked him.
Our hero.
Someone intervened and cut the arm of the monster into pieces. And of course, it was none other than our boy. 15 minutes later. The green-haired student trembled beside Hay after seeing the monster. Hay could tell that the guy had been intimidated by the demonic aura. He didn't expect that those at the condensation realm would be so easily frightened by the demonic aura. And the cultivation level of this monster was at the 7th layer of the condensation realm. Min was able to determine that, so he was impressed at how sharp she could be. But she clarified that it was her body. It sensed the powerful opponent and was getting agitated. It is what had told her what class of opponent that is. Hay pressed on his wheel again. He set up a barrier around the perimeter so it won't be easy for that monster to escape. He also assumed that the monster planned to wipe them all. Currently, Hay is at the 3rd layer of the condensation realm. Counting his extra-long health bar, his actual strength was close to the 7th. He checked the market for some weapons. After looking through all the newly unlocked weapons, he found the only top-grade one, and also the only available through advanced payment. He also liked the attributes. The
Six,
examiner got to
seven.
find and absorb the attributes of other magical caution. He had a feeling that the bonus monster would bring out another bonus monster. Yin agreed. Though she inquired if those teachers couldn't take care of those monsters. Hay could tell she had a natural instinct for the strong ones, but not for the not so strong. So he explained that those few teachers were all at the first layer
Jesus.
of the condensation realm.
Jesus.
Only the homeroom teacher, Tao, was at fifth layer. If Tao was able to prepare and set up a formation in advance, he would barely notice. But in a sudden encounter, he was at a huge disadvantage. And it was exactly what he was good at. The
Diablo.
refinement
Yo,
and
this
precision
girl,
of
this is
his
like
technique.
she's paid
And it
to
was
win
until
now.
the boiling blood
She's not good,
exhalation
she just paid to win.
Tao was already choking when Hay came to save him. Teacher Tao was surprised to see his transfer student. Hay told him that there's a barrier on the outer side of the wall blocking the student's escape route, so he requested him to find a way to break it while he deals with the monster. Tao was passionate about his role of being a teacher and a role model for educators. He stepped back, determined to protect his students. The monster listened to him while spores appeared on the side of its neck, and its arms
You like that, bro?
He noticed how fast it healed. It looked brand new at first glance. He assumed that this was a trait of fungus-type monsters. But then, the monster charged at him. He used his sword to block it. He noticed how it hit harder. Then it was about to punch him using the other hand. He was able to learn that it was
Diablo.
pressing the demonic aura on the surface of its fist to increase hardness. It prepared for another punch. It was powerful enough to send Hay flying. Fortunately, he was able to stop himself from crashing on the wall. But in a blink of an eye, the monster was beside him already. It raised its fist at him, and it punched him. The explosion made it hard for them to see. Teacher Jian was worried that the transfer student was going to die. Teacher Tao then suggested he go down and save him. He was left speechless. Teacher Tao knew that the student hid himself from the distance. So, Teacher Jian, saving the number one student, made him certain that the student's family had a word with him. Otherwise, he would have never gone down there to save him. Teacher Jian's silence had confirmed that. Teacher Tao admitted that the transfer student's courage was commendable, but there's nothing they could do. No one in there can solve the problem. They would be lucky if they can just break the barrier before that friend comes up there. The mushroom continuously punched the area where Hay would have been. Teacher Jian couldn't take how tragic it was. Hay probably had been beaten to pulp already. The monster looked like it was enjoying itself when Hay grabbed its fist to stop it. Both Teacher Jian and the monster were surprised. The boiling blood effect had activated, so it was now Hay's turn. He hit the monster using his sword and sent it flying to the other side of the arena. The monster got up on its feet, then it saw a light from the sky. It was Hay's sword. At the last minute, the monster caught it with its palm, and Hay activated Dark Sword Heart Thunder. The tip of the blade released a dark orb that was just a few inches away from the monster's face. Then it exploded. Only a foot was left of the monster. Its spores spread. Teacher Jian was amazed that he took it down with his one hand. But Hay sensed something. He looked at the sky and saw another monster. It was almost the same monster, except this one had a large eye on the mushroom cap, and the mushroom cap spinning away from its head. Then the mushroom cap released from its heart. It formed into a missile and rained down on Hay. Hay braced himself for the incoming attack. The monster's power was mischievous. All of the other students
Please land me there, please land me there.
there was a barrier outside, so they had to run in any direction.
Ah,
Hay made a hand
damn.
gesture to activate the stolen golem shield formation. The students were worried since the area of effect was wide. There was no way they could escape. One of them was about to be hit. It exploded near the student's face. It was a huge explosion, and it created a domino effect. The other missiles exploded simultaneously. The student braced himself, but to his surprise, he was safe. They celebrated that they were alive. At the same time, they were curious on who set up such a large-scale defensive formation. It was a massive formation that drained so much magical power and cultivation. They already knew that person would be one of the top students for that year. The shield was all over the place. Yin realized that Hay wasn't ruthless. He actually saved his classmates, even when there was no need to save those with bad grades. And those top students, when they take the Cultivation University exams, they would target them. Hay's magical power was almost complete, but he assumed it was the same for the mushroom cap in the sky. It disintegrated. The monster grits its teeth, and then it disappeared. It showed up beside Hay. Hay immediately kicked his sword towards him and jumped before the monster landed its punch. He created a distance between them. But in a blink of an eye, the monster was already behind him. He countered its punch using his sword. His sword emitted black static, and he swung it again. It beheaded the monster and made its body step back. He noticed that it had regenerated. It was good as brand new. After Hay applied the injection on the blade, he could cut off its head easily. But its head can regenerate, which means the vital point wasn't the head. He suspected it was hidden in the torso. The monster unzips its face. It revealed an eye at the center of the forehead. In a flash, it was gone. Hay noticed how it got faster, but he saw where it appeared and attacked Bear. The monster ducked and punched him on the side. It sent him flying while coughing blood. Then the monster circled around him much more. It was so fast that it created an afterimage, and it continued to circle around him. Even so, it was able to skillfully block its attacks. It punches continuously. Hay had been hit on several parts of his body, but he stood strong. Teacher Jian was slightly disappointed that he was on losing game after all. He really thought the transfer student could turn tables. Teacher Tao emphasized that it was hopeless in the first place. There was no way for the student to win with such a huge power gap. But still, for a transfer student to fight even with a clear disadvantage, he was impressive. The raw power could rank him in the top 10 of the year. Yin watched the continuous exchange of blows. He was getting impatient and was not using the move he used to beat him. Hay was pushed back. The monster was so fast that it was hard for him to keep up, especially the burst of speed right before it attacks.
Any call when you say no answer them.
Any call.
And
No answer them.
Any call.
he raised
No,
his
mere.
Mark,
Any.
Teacher Jian
Any
was surprised
call.
since he had taken a stance
Okay.
and wasn't moving. He thought he gave up. But then Hay released a skill called the Heavenly Law of Annihilation. The power even shot up to where Teacher Jian was. It also broke the barrier. Teacher Tao was surprised that the barrier shattered easily when he couldn't break even with all his efforts. It made him feel unworthy of being a teacher and thought of just quitting. The monster's body was gone. Hai acquired a Durian Fiend core. After a period of cultivation and growth, it can be controlled by a Beastmaster to assist in combat. The system urged him to complete the ritual process for the Heavenly Law of Annihilation. He made hand gestures, which eventually completed the ritual. Teacher Jian was in awe. He couldn't even see the last strike clearly. Then he told Teacher Tao that with Hei's strength, he could be one of the top 10 of his grade. He could even match Hei's view on the top. But Teacher Tao had no response, dwelling on his own incompetence. Later that day, Hay and Yin walked in a park. Hay descended to the 9th layer of the condensation realm. He can then advance Hay techniques to others. Yin checked her phone and saw that Hay was trending. Everyone was saying that he's the biggest Dark Horse transfer student. They also said that he's guaranteed admission into top cultivation universities. She saw him gesturing in the air, so she asked what he was doing. He replied that he is simply paying his health insurance. He submitted 30% of the cultivation experience, and he had to gain from the session to the Divine Dragon. He noticed how he wasn't healed anymore. It only heals him after the health insurance payment. He noticed that she had changed. The payment towards her was locked in the dark cloud. As the black cloud
Nah, Diablo. Diablo è loco, man. Tasha, tassa.
forbidden domain. They wouldn't be able to get in or out, and the inside and outside were invisible to each other. The formation usually set up when someone wanted to kill or to silence them. Kunai was found. Hay blocked it using his hand golem, but the signal was encrypted, so it exploded upon contact. Yin made some distance, but she got stuck in a puddle of dark liquid. It engulfed her. He watched the smoke clear. He was amused with the technique they did. They had imprinted a small-scale explosion formation onto a kunai and used an incessant battle management technique to drag a descent inside. Hanako charged at him. She swung her sword and he blocked it using his sword.
Is it that top one girl?
Again, it hit his hand, but he saw that she used the back of her sword. Then he dropped his sword. Hanako jumped and created distance between them. He asked her if she did the whole maneuver just to snatch his weapon. She replied that her father ordered him to kill since he's a competitor towards her path to higher education. But she doesn't like doing things that way, so she planned to take his weapon and report back on the condition that he leaves the country and gives up any thoughts of college entrance exams. Otherwise, as long as he appears in school and in top rank, the people from the Ying sect won't let him go. Her sword glowed. The system informed Hay that the post-payment mission for the Weapon Cloud Ruin Guide has been triggered. A battle of supremacy then commenced. Both of them started being enveloped by a dark smoke. She asked him what was happening. She jumped and settled on a branch. Her eyes widened. when she saw a different place. She jumped to the roof. She was puzzled how she ended up there. Pai explained that it was the realm of past reflections. It was a secret realm where one can only view past memories, but cannot interfere with them. The blade was advanced, and it connected to her, so she immediately triggered the post-payment mission after taking it. The post-payment mission forcibly pulled them into the realm of past reflections. She saw that the stolen blade had disappeared from her hands. He told her that the original body of the advanced pay blade should still be in the secret realm. If they don't find it, the blade will not return. They heard someone singing. The song was familiar to her. She saw someone running towards the house. It was Hanako when she was still younger. Once she reached the door, she announced to her dad that she had arrived home. Her eyes widened in shock. Everyone inside was dead. She cried out to her big sisters and brothers. She saw her mom with a sword on her torso. Then someone noticed her. It was the senior brother. She was confused why he's wearing the clothes of the Ying sect. She asked him what he was doing. He had a creepy grin as he approached her. Back when Hua was just at 5th grade elementary school.
Wait, she Jetty online. It's Jetty
She
online.
threw knives. It all landed at the target. It was bullseye.
It's Jetty
Then
online.
she jumped
I don't even
back
know
down.
if Jetty's online.
A woman on the branch told her that her technique was better than her
Oh,
when she was
girl.
her age. It was
I ain't got
her
your
big
time, bro.
sister.
You stupid ass bitches that don't follow me. I ain't got your niggas time.
The target behind the other tree. Qian Hui threw a knife at it. Qianjing was surprised at what she did. She threw a second knife to make the first one change direction mid-air. Then the knife hit the target. She released another knife, and it hit the tree. The impact was so powerful that it created a hole. Qianjing took a closer look. It was unbelievable. Qian Hui forced the knife from behind. She wanted to know if she hit the mark or not. Qianjing informed her that she passed. And since it was getting late, they decided to go back. Qian Hui informed her dad that they're back home.
I don't want to gym by
Her
several.
dad pats her head and asks how her practice was. She shared that she hit all the targets, even the one from behind the big tree. While they were conversing, someone slashed wood. It was Hua Zheng of the Hua clan. She noticed on the left side, Qianjing asked their dad if
GG.
there
Don't
was
not
fire
that shit.
involved.
That
Their dad
GG.
admitted that he was considering it. Although the boy was not from their lineage, he had been with them for 3 years. And from his observations of the past few years, he was very polite and simple-hearted. Zheng would bring him some tea, and works hard even through pain and exhaustion. He was also honest and took accountability, so the master thinks he was a good disciple. Until the sword passed through his area, as the master was stabbed right at the center of his chest. He asked why Zheng would do that. Zheng replied that he was never one. He revealed that he was born into the Yin clan, changed his name, and hid there for 6 years just to learn their family's iron wall technique. Now that he had mastered it, it was natural for him to annihilate the entire clan. The master threatened him that even if he stabbed him, the others were in the courtyard, and they wouldn't let him go unscathed. Someone rapped on the door. It was Qianjing. She tried her best to walk towards her dad, even when she was injured in the chest. But it didn't last long. He trembled when he saw his daughter die in front of him. He got furious. The beast actually poisoned his family. Zheng replied that the Yin clan had always followed the principle of learn a move, destroy a clan. He found it a pity that his youngest daughter was homestead from school. He was optimistic about her talent, but, as if on cue, she announced that she was back. The master begged him to spare his little daughter. Zheng told him not to worry, since Qian Hui's spiritual root was of high quality. He planned to erase her memories and adopt her as a daughter. He will let the master wait his moment. Once Qian Hui entered university, he planned to seize her spiritual root and reunite the real father with her daughter. By the time he finished talking, the master was already gone. Zheng greeted Qian Hui at the entrance. He told her that he got bored waiting, so he killed her family to pass on. She dropped her bag and vowed to kill him. She threw knives at him. Then he blocked those knives using his sword. He identified that she used the omnidirectional flying dagger. It specialized in hitting the blind spot, and Qian Hui was the best at it in their clan. But to him, who had already mastered the iron wall blade technique, it was completely useless. A dagger hit the roof, and one of the daggers was an inch away from Zheng's eyes. But then he grabbed her by the neck, and then shoved her down with some power. She lost consciousness. Then he activated the heart bewitching curse, and from then on she became his daughter and was named as Ryuga Saki Hanako. He planned to bring him to the Yin clan and train her well until the day comes. When she woke up, she called him father. Then Jung started a fire and burned the whole house. They left after that. At the present time, Hanako watched the whole building burn. She stood there in daze. Then she felt this resentment and anger towards Jung. Hei reminded her that she was already gone. She wields her sword to kill him, but when her sword made contact, it shattered. Jung, who was walking away, sensed her. When young Hanako asked her father what was wrong, but he replied it was nothing. He just thought someone was approaching. Then they continued to walk away. Once they got back, he would arrange someone to teach her the Eastern tongue. The present Hanako trembled. She sobbed loudly. She felt betrayed by the person she was calling father. The system notified Hei that the scene had changed. The realm of past reflections had changed to an interactive game. They were instructed to find the key item, Cloud Ruin Guide. Hei paid attention to the notification. After that, they walked into the burned house to see what they could find. She can take it back
Red
to
Diablo
the
GG.
but it finds someone something there that was
Taça.
buried very deep. Hei helped her dig it out. He used the golem hand and had retrieved the items. She saw his blade, but he replied that it wasn't, because it was truly hers. She couldn't understand why. He explained that it was left behind by her father, and it guided her to rediscover herself, so it was always next to her. He also gave her the blade manual left by her father. The blade manual was specifically designed to counter the iron wall blade technique. He asked her what was wrong. She told him how it was extremely difficult to learn. It would take decades to even reach the first layer. But she couldn't wait that long. Even if she could, Yugasaki Shoichi would quickly realize that she's no longer the same person. But Hei told her that she no longer had to wait. She asked Wayne to place his 2 fingers on her forehead and let his energy flow. Then the moves and mental
What the
incantations
fuck
would
is
pour
this
from her
anime?
mind. Breaking blade technique had been advanced paid to her.
What the
Then the system
fuck?
informed her that the repayment for the breaking blade technique would be completed by her. During that process, 30% of cultivation
Nah,
skills
this you're not be dictating it, right?
would be paid to Hei as interest. She asked what that was. Hei explained that it was the system panel. She'll only see it after she accepts his advance payment. If she doesn't accept, she'll still have to pay him interest, but the advance payment could also be withdrawn. Without hesitation, she fell on her knees and bowed at him.
God forbid.
He accepted her as his
God for
disciple
God
and wanted her
forbid.
as his
God
student.
forbid.
He
God
also told
forbid.
her that
God
she should just
forbid.
be king
Hell
and his
no.
disciple. He doesn't have any good things to give her, so he told her he will give her a set of
Oh,
robes and a
stupid anime is this
and
one.
with that, the post-payment mission for the Cloud Ruin Guide was completed. She and Wayne watched as they started on fighting, and then she checked the mark on her hand. Hei explained to her earlier that with the blood curse, they had become master and disciple linked by a single outlaw. From then on, any damage she would take will be endured by him, her master. He also reminded her that the blade has a built-in blood effect. The more damage she takes, the stronger her attack power becomes. Someone asked her why she was in a daze. Kaku told her that their father was talking to her. Shoichi told them that even though Hanako exposed a flaw in her personality during the exam, it was a good thing she saw the error of her ways, killed the people who were in the way, and even brought his treasure delayed. Shoichi was glad that his years of nurturing her wasn't in vain. She became confrontational. She told him that there's something that she doesn't understand, and she wanted to ask him about it. Kaku called her out for not using honorifics. Then she asked them if they could give her some honorable titles. Shoichi glared at her and asked what she meant. He asked her if she doubted whether the way he acted was righteous. She replied that he talked about righteousness like benevolence, proprietary, wisdom, sincerity. But then he secretly does things like
Jesus.
robbery, looting, murder, arson, and annihilating an entire clan.
Three.
Kaku got mad at her. He defended that everything that their father had done was for the sect. She tied her hair in a bun as she replied that they knew small etiquette, but had no great righteousness. That they were meticulous in small details, but they lacked great virtue. She used an impressive headpiece to
So
hold
when
her
you
bun.
carry your drink, they
Also,
drop inside.
this
Hey,
was
you
a
eat them
high
for
grade
squad now for house.
due
You eat
to
them.
the
It's
spiritual
Square
energy
House.
she consumes when activating spells.
I'll just please say, why are you leaving it here?
Where would I?
When we come back and Sam, the talk say you farm.
I'm so fucking what? I'll tell her what when I used to eat it now.
She removed her
You see
clothes
that
to reveal
yesterday?
the horse face magical skirt.
Yeah, I started my day place.
It
In
increased her
school,
power
and I
and
brought it home.
awareness, activated by the
Tell me I still finish food I am school.
The outfit automatically repairs itself by absorbing spiritual energy. Shoichi noticed the condensed energy in her hand. He immediately took out his swords and grabbed them. Tian Hui uttered how the weak will be subservient, and the strong will be bandits. Kaku couldn't take it and attacked her. But before his attack could hit her, she already hit him in the face and thrown her outside. Shoichi realized that she figured something out. He was done pretending too. He called his clan together. Everyone came as fast as they could, and they faced her. He ordered them to capture her. They attacked her all at the same time. A bald man attacked Tian Hui using a sword. He blocked it with a shield of sword, and then hit him on the head. Another one attacked her.
Wow. I'm not watching this on me.
Shuriken was thrown at her.
Fuck you.
He
Fuck
threw
no,
a sword towards
nigga.
the attacker, and it pierced his neck. The attacker fell while the others were surprised. They surrounded her when she jumped right in to grab her sword. They attacked simultaneously. She blocked it and missed. They kept the pressure on her to skewer her eventually. So while they tried to press their swords, another person tried to stab her from the side. She saw it and activated an instant wall lightning flash. The attackers were all hit at the same time. She surges through the roof. One attacker looked for her. The man under the hole on the roof was cut by her in an instant. While she was crouched down, another took the opportunity to hit her. She cuts his arm. Then, on the next person, she cut his head.
Wow.
She continued defeating them.
Wow.
Men couldn't believe that they were all losing to just one girl. They tried to hold the line in formation. The others watched on the sidelines. They were the wiser ones. Those idiots engaged in the fight actually thought that they could win in numbers alone, but that kid was chosen by their sect leader. Though she's from the outside and human heritage, Norway is talent. When it comes to the blade, her skills were second to none in the sect. Okawa Menta, one of the three sword masters of the Ying sect, knew that Tian Hui won't stop until one of the three sword masters of the Ying sect steps in. Nagano Nakayusu, also one of the three sword masters of the Ying sect, agreed with him. So he asked him why he's not joining the fight, and had just been watching from the sidelines. The other two were watching, and he's not going to jump in and be a cannon feeder. And also, his quick draw technique was all about that one perfect moment, so he had to wait for an opening. After a while, the corpses scattered. Tian Hui was already exhausted. He even struggled to stand straight. Menta saw this as his chance. He drew out his sword. He charges at her. She sensed him, so she glanced behind. And in a blink of an eye, she was slashed. Blood squirted from her body. And the assailant had this wide grin. And then she was pushed powerfully. Yin sensed something. She could tell that Tian Hui's aura weakened. He didn't expect her to be concerned for her safety. He thought she'd be pissed at her after all. She trapped her in that formation for a while. But it was nothing to her because she was able to get out. When she got out, they were gone. And for a second she thought that he ran off with the enemy. Hei revealed that he actually planned to help. He erected a barrier on the building. It was a golden light barrier, and it covered the whole area. Yin couldn't understand why his idea of helping was to trap everyone from the Ying sect. But that also trapped Tian Hui in the too. He almost slipped, saying that it was fine, as long as the dragon took the damage. But he corrected himself by saying that he'd take the damage from her. Plus, with the boost from his boiling blood effect, he had faith in Tian Hui. If things go south, he'll stop it. He wanted to make sure that not a single one of those bastards gets away. The revenge that they wanted was to wipe them off. Tian Hui rised in a pool of her blood. Menta boasted about his one-hit kill. Suddenly he saw her stand up despite her trembling. He couldn't believe that she's still alive when he sliced her through her neck. He tried to recall the last second, and realized she blocked it at the last second. She was quite lucky, but Menta was more determined the second time. He rushed towards her. She used spirit object control. The floorboards started to shatter, and it floated in the air, and was thrown at Menta. But cheap tricks like that won't stop him. The boiling blood took effect, and damage was 30%. She answered him that it wasn't meant to stop him. It was just to make him draw his blade early. Then she attacked him. She was caught off guard when it was blocked. Menta informed her that even without the first move advantage of his quick draw technique, his speed was still enough to parry. She used breaking blade technique, and instantly, her sword passes through the sword that was blocking her, allowing her to slash him. After that, the system processed the blade of crushing momentum post-payment mission progress. She had to use blade crushing momentum 5 times in battle. This technique consumes a large amount of spiritual energy. After a successful parry, it ignores the opponent's block to directly strike the enemy. At the moment, the spiritual energy was too low, so she was advised to
Ah!
use her true. The leading swordsmaster of the Yin sect, Matsunaga Yuno, and Nagano Nakayasu, saw that the weakest among them was taken out. Nakayasu noticed Chanhui's blocking blade completely unscathed, and he wondered how she sliced through the person behind her. Internally, Yuyo got curious how that cultivation level improved so drastically. In the past, Menta's quick draw technique would have been enough times over. He suggested that they attack together. It wasn't because he's not confident, he just thought it's better if they all share the credit for taking down the girl. Nakayasu agreed. He told him he'd cover him. He used the skill Sky Rending Slash. Qianhui bends to evade.
Oh!
Position, Yuyo
No, this anime fucked me
Yuyo
up, bro.
blocked his sword, but he was
I
powerful
swear to
enough to
God,
stay
bro.
She broke the wall.
This anime don't already make me angry.
Her hands were left shaking from the
Diablo.
In an instant, Yuyo was attacking her again. He had this arrogant smile on his face while doing so. He was able to make her drop her weapon.
Niggas my
She
lowest.
immediately
Fuck you
used the spirit
talk
object
about.
control to grab a hold of her
Niggas
weapon.
really my
But
lowest.
before it
Fuck you
lands on the
talk
blade,
about.
he attacks her again. Her hand with spirit object control blocked the blade, but the pressure was overwhelming her. Suddenly, she was hit on the side. She wasn't expecting that. Yuyo commented that Nakayasu was ruthless for slicing the girl in two. Nakayasu told him to finish her already. It won't be certain until he cuts off her head. Qianhui lay there bleeding. Then, Yuyo attempted to behead her, but it left him dumbfounded. He was confused on how she was standing up again, and he also saw that even her clothes were healing. He couldn't believe that a fatal wound that nearly cut her in half at the waist healed in the blink of an eye. He wondered if it was some healing art that someone in the condensation realm could master. She used spirit object control again to get her sword back. At this point, boiling blood damage was at 80%. She approached him, and Yuyo noticed that he took a step back without meaning to. Then he attacked her. He didn't care if her healing technique was impressive, since she can't withstand his blade anyway. Once he took her head off, her healing arts would be useless. She moved her sword in response, and they clashed swords at the center. Nakayasu couldn't
Diablo.
a sky-rending slash to the waist and could still fight. On top of that, she can parry
Diablo.
with a single hand. He realized that she's getting stronger as she fights, so he had to finish her fast. He used multiple sky-rending slashes. This was a massive attack. Yuyo could get caught in it, so he asked him if he's trying to slice her too. Nakayasu simply told him that his sacrifice would be remembered by the sect, but he refused to be a cannon feeder. He jumped away. But she held him, and used him as a meat shield. It was gruesome. Blood was everywhere. Nakayasu watched the blood and debris fly in the explosion. Eventually the chaos subsided, and he saw that she was gone. But he sensed her from behind and attacked her at once. She bent her body to evade the slash. Her hand hit the ground, and by then, she had recovered her spiritual energy. The blade of crushing momentum became available. He blocked the sword. He acknowledges that she was pretty durable, but he was confident in his sword skills. But then, her blade cuts through his sword. He didn't expect that.
But
He got sliced lengthwise in a blink of an eye. Post-payment progress for breaking blade technique was 5/2. Channel flashed behind her. A man clapped and praised her for her excellent
Imagine.
work. This man, who claimed to be her father, was quite pleased that she had improved quickly. It was Ryugasaki Shoichi. Seeing him irritated Qianhui. Without hesitation, she attacked him while expressing that he made her sick. He blocked her sword, and then he threw a blade at her, in which she evaded by bending
imagine,
so
can't
low.
give me.
After that, he prepared several blades floating in the air. He was proud of his wise move of learning the iron wall blade technique of her clan, and then wiping them out. Now he's the only one in the world who possesses the technique. She commented that his wide grin was practically splitting his face in two, but he didn't care. With a furious expression on her face, she warned him to hold that disgusting smile because she would slice his head open along that grin, and she didn't want to mess up the cut. She moved quickly. He blocked her attack with several blades moving simultaneously. She continuously attacked, but his moving blade created a shield that protected him. The blades moved in a rapid, circular motion. And that cuts her everywhere. The automatic defensive formation barely uses any of his spiritual energy. He was confident that she couldn't scratch him, no matter how hard she tried. She warned him that the harder she attacks, the more she'll get hurt. He tested on how long she could keep that up. She used a breaking blade technique and slashed his blades. Because of that, she was able to get close to him. He blocked her sword using her sword. Post-payment progress for breaking blade technique was 5/3. Just as he thought, her move could only pierce his guard once. He had been watching her for a while now, so he got her all figured out. He unleashed several blades again and directly hurt her. She laid on her pool of blood. It seemed like she was unconscious. Someone watched her through the teacup. The cat informed Divine Dragon that the new life leech on her was about to die, and then he saw her face. She was bleeding like crazy. She told him not to make a big deal out of it since it was just a little blood. The cat was shocked because blood gushed from different parts of her body. He questioned if that would be really called just a little bit. He understood that she's using that girl. But the way she's taking all that damage for her was too much, so he could tell that she's cooking something big. She replied that it was a trade secret. Back to the fight, Shoichi was shocked. Because Qian Wei was up again. She saw his reaction and reminded him to keep that wide smile. He was more determined to mince her into pieces this time. The system notified that the boiling blood was in effect. Damage was 170%. Her sword had concentrated power on it, and she charged at once. She bypassed his blades, but he still managed to move it in time and block her sword, and then he counterattacked. She swung her sword and hit him exactly on his mouth. Just as she said earlier, she cut him down right at his mouth. She used a breaking blade technique duet, and half of his head went flying while blood gushed out from his body. The post-payment mission for breaking blade technique had been completed. It was now at 5/5. She watched his body fall. A man hiding behind a pillar saw it happen. This was the son of Shoichi, Ryugasaki Kaku. He thought his father's iron wall blade technique was an absolute defense, and yet she had beaten him. He didn't dwell on it that much and ran away. He thought of himself as the sect leader now, so he planned to get out of there, get some help from the main Ying sect, and come back to butcher her. He doesn't care if she's Hanako or Qianhui or whatever her name is. He followed the saying, "Those who retreat today may live to fight again tomorrow." Unexpectedly, he stepped on a magic circle. It is an annihilation trap. A fire tornado engulfed him. Qianhui watched the whole building burn. She had finally avenged her family. The wind blew, and Hei showed up to praise her for doing great. 30% of the cultivation experience and merit points from the mission had been transferred to Hei. Qianhui's cultivation had been raised to the 9th layer of the condensation realm. Hei's cultivation was maxed out for this realm. He could now advance Hei for the golden core realm. Qianhui informed Hei that the magical robe won't auto-repair anymore. He told her that it was just because she's low on spiritual energy at the moment. He unlocked the shop for her so she could advance and pay for a new outfit for herself. She thanked him for that. She took one that had similar style.
Like people.
She admitted that she couldn't pay the post payment of 500,000 yuan. He assured her that it wasn't a problem, since before she burned down the Ryugasaki estate, he had already cleaned out their valuables. He just used their legacy to cover the cost. Suddenly, Hei had goosebumps and he felt a murderous aura. It was from Yin. She was furious that he has his favorites. She was his first disciple, and she didn't get anything. To calm her down, he also set up an advance payment for her. He asked her what she wanted to upgrade. Her options were level, gear, or skills. She replied that she wanted it all. The system notified that the dual feather grade 4 had been upgraded. The system panel appeared on her too. It notified her that she had to complete the post-payment mission within 1 week. Upon completion, she would receive an upgrade to her cultivation experience, equipment, and skills. To begin the mission, she had to click the button to teleport to the corresponding secret realm. He couldn't believe she's leaving at once when there's a second mock exam. She doesn't see the
Like bunch of boating. I don't even understand. Maybe I'm not the best.
and she doesn't care about what
Ha,
happens in between.
Diablo.
And then she disappeared. Qianhui was amazed at how badass she was. He let her be since they got a school notification and they needed to pick up their admission tickets for the second mock exam. The teacher asked them why they had just arrived when the other students had already got theirs a week ago. Hei replied that their brains were fried from the cram school, so they totally forgot. He asked where the exam hall was. He told them that there's a special map.
Yeah, that nigga is a boss, bro. Nigga is using RPG.
Teleport him to the exam site. He was amazed at how high-tech it was. Qin Yan, the teacher, expressed that he made a name for himself in the last mock exam.
I can imagine.
He
Yeah, bro.
replied that he just got lucky. She informed him that the exam would be among 10 schools, so the competition would be fierce. And he would run into some ruthless people who would do whatever it takes, so he had to be careful. The next day, Tianhui inquired if they would be on the same exam site. Hay had no idea because the sites were randomly assigned. He wished him to be safe and they'll see each other on the finish line. And then he left. The magic card glowed. Then he found himself in a forest. He wondered if that place was the secret realm. Giant Wood Forest. He read about it in the exam syllabus, but seeing it in person, the trees were way bigger than he ever imagined. A drone flew to him and notified him of the beginning of the exam. Somewhere in the forest, a shadow was cast over a student. It was from a hungry fifth-layer spirit guiding realm, Bear Fiend. The bear attacked him, and he responded with a punch. The bear was blasted away. It hit the ground. Meanwhile, in another place, one more bear became someone's punching bag. This student was Chibin number 6, middle school 3rd rank, Lai Junhao. The blonde cheerleaders celebrated him. He boasted that those monsters just served as his warm-up. He thought that he only lost to Hay in the first mock exam because he was careless, but he was confident that he wasn't any weaker than him. Suddenly, he felt a presence. It was from a 6th layer of the condensation realm. Glasses, hair, fiend. He saw the ferocious eyes and the scars all over its body. He could tell that it was a total badass that clawed its way to the top of the food chain. Its aura was just as intense as the mushroom fiend. The blondes hid behind a boulder. They were impressed that he's facing such a strong fiend. But little did they know his legs were trembling. He actually couldn't move his legs. He didn't realize that his PTSD from the previous exam was really bad. But then, the bear sensed something, and it started running away. Junhao wondered why. And there he saw our MC pass by him. The guts of him at high level threw his balance off. He couldn't believe that he just saw him. Hay was thrilled to chase after this cute little bear. It was like our boy was enjoying hunting these deadly bears. In the forest, there was a tree with thorns, and bloodstain was around it. Even some debris had
Yo,
fallen.
like lad, I'm too good, man. I'm too good. Like just glaze me, man. Glaze me, glaze me. Just glaze me.
Behind that
Yo,
tub
yo,
were the faces
cousin.
of several
Yo,
fiends.
cousin.
They were
If
almost as
the
dreadful.
person that is here that is using the
All of the
television.
56 layers of the condensation.
Yo, my man. If you're using the television, go to your other profile. Go to your other accounts and subscribe.
Display. Subject 2 was about to commence when he triggered a
Cotton,
simple
Cotton, if you have a phone and you comment, I'll give you
He
mod.
wrote
I
100
swear to God, because
pages
you're always my top one.
The
You're
current
always there
subject,
for me. So
Junkie,
if
was
you have a
learning
phone and you
Chinese
subscribe and
alphabet
and
spelled
you
with his
comment, I'll give you mod
someone who also has 2
immediately.
points. On the 5th place
Immediately.
was Yu Ping from the 8th middle school with 198 points. Hua Chen Tian of number 6 middle school with 186 points. And on the 5th place was Modin of number 7 middle school with 180 points. Yu Ping, from the number 1 and the number 8 middle school, couldn't believe that some people actually managed to turn a freaking monster into a real person. Only the tough or out of cases. He thinks they were a disgrace to their race. He asked the beautiful lady Tianhui the ground shaking technique. Then he chased after her. He watched her during subject 1, and he could tell that she had a ton of potential. He asked if she thought of joining his family's sect. With her talents, he wanted to take her as his disciple as soon as he got qualified. That guy was stealing her kills earlier, and now he had been following her. She's getting annoyed at him. The subject 2 had begun. Several armor-piercing bear claws were hidden throughout the field. They were tasked to collect 10 to synthesize an armor-piercing spear, which would greatly increase their chances of defeating the boss fiend. A guy on top of the tree commented that they made things so complicated when the boss fiend was just on the mountain peak. He used wind control wind stepping technique. This guy was Modin, the number 1 from number 7 middle school. He was a once-in-a-generation genius from the Mo family. He brought it
Genius.
in without even being in the
Everybody.
core realm. He thinks he wouldn't need some armor-piercing spear. He went to the 10th layer condensation realm, sand-rending black bear fiend. He thought that the boss would be tough. It was just as the same realm as him. He used wind control, stone-shattering astral wind, and he engulfed the monster in a tornado.
If
The tornado continued, and
Adam.
even grew stronger, to the point that it cut the top of the mountain. Yuping couldn't believe that Modun had pulled it off. Modun was confident that he would get the points for subject 2. Suddenly, he sensed a powerful aura. He immediately fled. The bear jumped towards him. He turned pale when he saw that it was completely unharmed. He tried to block it using wind control. wall. But the bear blasted him away. He was falling fast. An explosion happened in the air, and it threw him toward
Yo,
the
what's
ceiling,
going on?
and he
Yo, what's
crashed on the
going on?
ground. He was badly injured. The bear
Oh,
followed him.
this my Simmons. I didn't even know that was my
Solving the
Simmons.
brute force problem without reading the manual.
Yo, Kasa. Yo, Dasan. Yo, Kasan. How is the way about Tashala? How is the way this me?
The armor
Hi,
piercing bear
hello,
claws were
Grandmaster
His
Havenegos.
legs were kind of messed up.
Yo.
The bear
I
used his
say
claws
you
to
will
push him.
know me.
Suddenly, the bear
Shawty, why
realized
you
another big
call
bear
me?
carried great speed.
Golden is
It was pretty rare,
always there.
but if he struck
What's
it perfectly,
my
the boss might have a
damn?
chance. The other bear that he found raised its arms. He saw the incoming attack. When the bear hit the tree, it left a crescent hole in it. But unexpectedly, the bear was hit right on the chest, and it fell while blood splurts out from its body. It was killed by Yuping using a water ray attack. He checked the corpse since not every elite bear fiend has an armor-piercing bear claw. Those things were pretty rare. He realized it wasn't easy since he had killed a dozen elites and had
Please
just finally gotten one.
stop.
Then he saw someone jumping from the tree. He saw the claws sticking out from her side. To his surprise, the beautiful lady he was chasing earlier already got 3. He got motivated to not fall behind. He unleashed a water gun barrage.
What the fuck?
Meanwhile, at some part of the
What the
forest,
fuck?
Hay was on the
What
cliff.
the fuck?
Then he noticed someone. It was Chen Hui.
What the
She told him
heck?
that she had already collected 6 armor-piercing bear claws, so if he doesn't
Gigi.
have enough, he could get some from her. He appreciated the thought, but it wasn't necessary. He activated advanced pay, armor-piercing spear. She was in awe as he watched him. A polearm with tremendous aura materialized in his hand. In another setting, 3 water jets were fired simultaneously and hit the bear on its head, chest, and gut. When it fell, Yuping collected the claws. He was happy to have his ninth claw. He only needed 1 more. He checked the scoreboard, which showed the current collection progress. Wang Ping was first, followed by Zhang Jishi, then Hua Qianhui and He Xin
Can
were
you
in a good place.
type?
Yuping realized that He, who was supposedly brute forcing the extra hard bonus monster, was totally washed up and the rumors were just a hype. He was determined to clear the exam this time. Suddenly, a warning that He had synthesized the armor-piercing spear came out. Yuping was surprised. Meanwhile, Qianhui was surprised that they could advance pay for that too. She was impressed with her master. He saw the guy with the wind magic from Mo's family and thought that he would come handy. He had checked, and it was open source, so there was no conflict on task. He could advance pay for it. And that's exactly what he did. He advanced pay for wind control, and it was confirmed by the system. The scoring for Subject 2 was based on how much damage each of the deals to the boss fiend. So, he planned that after he got boss fiend's health bar down, Qianhui would jump in and land the finishing blow. In that way, they would both get the highest scores. She confirmed that she got it. So, when He was ready, he jumped down the cliff. The height was quite a distance, but he was able to spot the bear fiend. The bear fiend sensed him. It clapped its paws and created an attack. He could feel the gust of wind. He was almost near it. He watched it carefully and put force on his feet. He dove right into it. He shone brightly while in the air. The bear had just watched him, and when he landed near it, its body was blasted away. Our boy didn't waste a single second and immediately swung his spear, and it caused a huge explosion. At this point, the bear had no vision of the surrounding area. The spear pierced through the dust and smoke and hit the bear right into its chest. Luckily, it was able to stop it with its paws. But then, He used dark nether lightning art. Our boy used the polearm to transport the energy on the other end and electrocuted the bear.
Good,
He was
right?
shocked. It didn't end there. He used wind control. Wind treading stride. While the spear was lodged on the bear, he pushed it backwards with a great deal of speed. It was a destructive move. Yuping watched from a distance, and he was pissed that he stole his kill. Meanwhile, Moden was still unconscious. After a while, he woke up. He didn't expect himself to be knocked out. He was surprised when he saw his surroundings. It was chaotic. The bear was now being cornered by someone he just met now. He continued to deal more damage to the bear. He swung his spear continuously. It was so strong and fast that it looked like a tornado formed on him. It continuously cuts the bear fiend. He was focused on his attacks. It was so powerful that it on a trunk of the tree cut the bear. That tree fell, and He was also done with his attacks. The bear was still in one piece because it shrunk itself to survive. Yuping knew it couldn't block or dodge, so it shrunk to get more mobile. He wanted to see how He would deal with this. If he couldn't do it, he planned to step in and claim the prize. Hay had no problem hitting the bear, despite its smaller size. He scratched its forearms when it tried to block the spear. Then the bear prepared for a counterattack, and Hay blocked its fist with the handle of the spear. It was moving smaller, but its attack power was still insane. It formed condensed chi armor on its arms. It didn't use that before, so Hay thought that the skill must have been incomplete, and it probably couldn't cover the
No
entirety of
money.
its body. He also notices the double layer of physical and magical defense. Now he understood why the instructions said that it greatly increases the probability of passing, but it doesn't guarantee it. He created a distance between them.
Oh.
The bear jumped towards him. He spinned his spear.
Oh.
For his turn, back thrust. The bear was startled with the incoming
Oh.
attack. It created a golden shield on its chest. Hay used an advanced pay to access the skill Pierce Throat, and his spear went through the bear's throat, making the blood spurt out. The bear passed through several trees. When Hay approached it, it was stuck to the side of the cliff with his spear. He had a hard time controlling the health bar to half, but with the remaining portion of the bar, it was enough for them to pass once Qianhui finishes it off. He called her to come quickly, but Modun sneaked in. Modun planned to steal the kill. He used wind control, wind blade. Then, someone could be heard screaming. But after Modun's attack, the air cleared, and he saw that he missed. Qianhui had taken the bear to the air with her. Then she attacked it using wind control demon slash, and the split strike bear demon was eliminated. She used object control and wind control, which was unrecognizable for others. Modun was annoyed that there were so many who knew how to use wind control. He thinks that those lowly people were not worthy of using the same advanced magic techniques as the Mo family. He accused Qianhui of taking advantage of him when he had a quick nap. He thinks that the remaining health bar of the bear was supposed to be his. Qianhui mocked him by pointing out how he didn't mention how he fell asleep. It made him angry. Mo stated that, out of the many examinees, the two students from number 6 high school were the lowest class, with no sect background or whatsoever. He couldn't find any connection between them and any prominent figure. So, he thought that if he killed 2 cultivation notices, the examiner wouldn't even say much. Qianhui watched him speak and paid attention to the split, disgusting corner in his mouth. It reminded her of Shoichi. Without hesitation, she activated the execution line, and she rapidly got close to him. But then, Hay reminded her not to kill other examinees in the examination hall. Modun finds it funny that a low-class person wants to kill him, a genius. He used a wind control wind shield. She hit the wind shield. Modun infused that with his magic power so its defensive effect was indestructible. But Qianhui was able to break through it. It was like she teleported inside the shield. Mo knew he was fucked. His jaw dropped. He asked how she was able to get in. Qianhui simply sighed. Then she twirled her sword, and then hit him on the stomach. He started falling at a rapid pace. Then he hit the trees and crashed on the ground. Hay approached her and admitted that he scared him. He really thought that she was going to skin him, but luckily she used the blunt side of the sword. She knew that there were invigilators watching in the examination hall. Killing other examinees would cause trouble, but she was glad to have memorized the execution line. After that, the mock exam ended. The final ranking showed Hay was the top one, followed by Qianhui and Yuping. Qianhui informed Hay that she only had 6 armor-piercing claws, so she's short of 4. Hay assured her that it's fine since he would go fight for it at once. Yuping offered some of his to them, and then he grinned widely. Hay accepted it. He asked if he really doesn't want it when it's a good material for making weapons. Yuping replied that with Hay and Qianhui dominating the scoreboard, he wouldn't need to keep the quest anymore. On top of that, his family wasn't short of weapon materials. He might as well give it to them. Then he invited Hay to talk outside the examination hall. Hay got creeped out and told him he's straight. The system notified him that 10 out of 10 armor-piercing bear claws were collected. Pre-request for the armor-piercing spear had been collected. After that, they met outside because Yuping saw them as rare talents. He elaborated more on that. He told them that whether it's going to college or joining society later and becoming a social animal, the ultimate goal was to join a large sect. Normally, modern sects wouldn't directly recruit high school students, but he presented them a once-in-a-century opportunity that can save 50 years of detour. He is a son of the sect leader of the body forging sect, one of the 10 sects in their time, and he was destined to be a successor of the sect in the future, and he extended his sincere invitation to them. Hay straightforwardly told him that they already
coming.
that petrified him.
So
Hay
why you
explained
playing
that
this game,
Qianhui
not
was his disciple,
hyper?
so Qianhui informed him that he is her master.
Hmm?
He was disappointed,
Why you
especially
I'll
after
be
he
playing
discovered
this
Modu's
hyper
secret
short
secret.
for like 30 minutes. I also might
Modu
just
was a
play
member
this
of
one.
the sect.
tap that game stuff?
Tianwei
Let
was
me
also
see
making
how
I'm
sales
many.
coming,
calls
I'm
for the
coming,
sect.
I'm coming,
Let me
please.
see
She
the
encouraged him to
Celsius of
say it
my
out
phone.
loud. Hay sweated
This
buckets.
percent.
Turns out,
Celsius, I
he
did
forgot
not
to
ask for
register the
percent,
sect.
please.
Upon
I'm
hearing that,
coming.
Chen soul left her body, and Yuping bursts into laughter. He laughed so hard for a period of time. After that day, Hay went to the sect comprehensive office. Modun saw him through the camera screen. He had a neck and arm brace from the injuries that he had, and when he saw Hay, it made him so angry. Hay entered the building and heard people talking about how smooth the registration was. He was assigned to Gate 7. The office clerk asked him what business was. He expressed that he wants to register a sect. The office clerks asked his name. He gave him his full name, Hay Shin, and it made the office clerk pale. The office clerk asked if he had any recommendation letter from a major sect. Hay didn't have one. Then he was asked if he had reached the Golden Core realm yet.
C
Hay
Celsius,
responded that he was
right?
just about to,
CPU, right?
but the office clerk concluded the
Okay,
answer as a no.
CPU, right?
Then he was
No.
asked if he had
What is
sect
that
leader
thing that
challenge
has
certificate.
42?
He doesn't even know what that
Nah,
was.
G, you have to drop my
It was
phone.
explained to him that he had to enter the designated
My phone
secret
is
realm
hot.
as a secret
I've
leader,
played game with my
complete
phone
the
like that.
challenge,
I used to
and get the
stop.
sect leader challenge certificate. Hay insisted that the
No,
office
no,
clerk
no,
have
no,
him
no,
to
no, no, no.
register the sect first so he can be a sect leader to do the challenge. But the office clerk was rude and firm that he had to finish the challenge first before he could register. Hay was furious. Even when the office clerk was firm, deep inside, he was so nervous. So he was relieved when Hay left. He really thought Hay would run amok. It was scary for him because he was a 10th layer condensation realm cultivator. Suddenly someone spoke that there's no need to be scared of a low light. It was his cousin, Modun. Modun claimed that it didn't matter if Hay was a 10th layer condensation realm when he still lost to him during the second mock exam. But the office clerk doubted that, seeing that
Bro, eh?
Modun had this neck brace and an injured arm. It speaks on who truly almost lost. But he decided to give his cousin a thumbs up and agree with him. Then he shared that the first two rules alone were enough to block him. But the third one, normally, the applicant would have to pass a prelim review, get a temporary sect leader certificate, do the challenge, and come back for a final review to get the official one. But he changed the rules specifically for Hay to throw him out. That way, he could never get a sect. Moda was pleased with that because certainly Hay didn't see that coming. The whole registration office was actually his family's turf. Since Hay crossed him, he planned to make his life a living hell forever. That night, in Hei's room, Hay asked Tianhui what were the prerequisites for breaking through to the Golden Core realm. She explained that he had to be at the 10th layer condensation realm, which he already was. And he also needs to take a blazing flame mushroom and chillbone herb. Both were super rare herbs. He had to go to a high-level secret realm to harvest them. He searched online on which sect leader challenge locations also had the herbs, so he could finish it in one shot. He found one where in it was a secret leader challenging a secret realm with records of both blazing flame mushroom and the chillbone herb. But the realm was in another sect's territory, and the only way in was to join their party. Tianhui read the requirements for joining the party. It was posted that they needed one sect leader who has already completed the challenge. Meanwhile, the members were bored of waiting. But eventually, they found one, and Hay arrived. Zhao Qihong, the female in the party, couldn't believe that their sect leader, Su Zheng, grabbed a student who was obviously unqualified. Yu Ping, the vice sect leader of the Qingxin sect, was just silent. They asked Hay if he really read the requirements of the party. Our boy just confirmed it. They showed him an official leader's sect token which was needed to join. Since he was a student, they assumed that he didn't have one. But Hay told them that he does. They thought he was playing with them since there was no way a high school student would be able to get one. Hay advanced the official sect token. Then he showed them the brand new fresh off the press token he got. Jen couldn't believe it. A few moments later, Jen proceeded and started making their entrance. He made a rift through the cliff. Since the cave opened, they immediately entered. Hai realized it was a hidden entrance and it needed a special incantation to open. Those realms are an important asset for a sect, so they couldn't just let anyone in. Hay was curious if it was really rare for a high school student to start his own sect. Jen replied that it was super rare lately, but before they could easily apply as long as they were in the condensation realm. He cites Ying sect as an example. Their sect leader was Rugasaki Sho, who had just hit the condensation realm when he applied, and it was approved back then. But nowadays, the competition has been insane, so they raised the barrier to entry. In principle, they won't approve of anyone below the Golden Core realm. Unless there was a recommendation letter from a major sect. That's the only way to get a special exemption. But no normal high school student would be in the Golden Core realm, so he assumed Hay must have gotten a recommendation letter from a major sect. Which means he had some serious backing. Our boy just laughed it off. Then, Ji-hong reminded them that they have to help her pass the sect leader challenge this time. Jen assured her that he will make her pass. Bing added that she's with 2 studs, so there was nothing to be scared of. Hai had figured that it was just a 2-man carry. Now it made sense to him that the realm only needs 3 people, but they insisted on bringing 1 more. It was like they're roping him in to become the 3rd step. Hay had pending missions. First is the advanced pay for the sect leader's token, his Golden Core realm, major sect recommendation letter, and Impermanence Ruin-themed Kingdom were all at 1/0. The second mission was the advanced pay for the Golden Core realm. He already has 1/10 layer condensation realm, but 1/0 on both Blazing Flame Mushroom and Chill Owner. The last mission was advanced pay wind control. He had 1/0 comprehended mantra and 10/3 practice of wind control. Then the system notified him that the Golden Core realm had been advanced paid, which means he could assign his post-payment missions to his disciple. It was perfect because Chan Hui also needs to finish her wind control training. He assigned her to do that. While he was doing that, Ji-hong asked Jen what was the strength of the outsider. Jen saw Heo as dumb, so he doubted his strength. Jen decided to switch to an intersect mind voice. He assured them that the outsider was just cannon fodder, so he won't mess up their plan. Eventually, they reached an area with 3 paths. Ji-hong was confused that Bing seemed to have seen that for the first time when he was supposed to have cleared the area before. Bing told her that it was called Impermanence Ruin because it changes randomly every time you enter, so it made things unpredictable. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense to be a sect leader challenge. He pointed out that if it were that waste, then she would need 2 sect leaders like to carry her. Then, Jen used divine sense. It was to determine what was on those 3 paths. Jen told Hay that he scouted it for him and assigned him to the middle path, which was easiest. He was trying to make it seem like they're doing him a favor while they take some loss. Hay simply entered the middle path, but that was part of their sinister plan. When he left, they called him gullible. Their plan always works because of idiots like him. Bing, Jen, and Ji-hong took a different path. Ji-hong was curious on how much harder the path that Hay took compared to them. Jen replied that the difference was night and day. Jen even sensed a lot of auras he never encountered on the middle path. It meant that things aren't just dangerous, but there were a bunch of them too. He assaulted that Hay's sect leader token must have come from connections. On top of that, they judged him to have 0 combat experience. It led them to think that he hasn't gotten into a situation like that before, so he's probably pissing his pants. Meanwhile, Hay just continued walking until he sensed something. An arrow was shot at him. He swung his arm to deflect it, and then he traced where it came from. Each wind control, skybreaking palm, and unleashed that in the direction of the attacker. It shattered the walls and revealed an evil-looking fiend. Its body was cut in half from the attack. It was a Shadowstalker Archer, 5th layer of the condensation realm, and it had been eliminated. Hay was impressed with this fiend who can turn invisible. He almost didn't see the arrow coming. But the good thing he advanced paid for the Golden Core realm. Her perception of demonic aura got way stronger. He sensed something again, and an arrow was shot. Then he released an attack towards the attacker's location. The wind was so powerful, it chopped off the fiend's body. It had become quiet, until Hay's leg was attacked. Another shadow fiend appeared. It was from the ground. It tried to cut Hay's leg, but he was able to deflect it. He wondered if it thought that he wouldn't sense it from up close. He pushed his spear into it. It wasn't able to move. He swung his spear again and turned its body into small pieces. He sensed another fiend in front, so he tried to stab it. But there was
See,
nothing
your
to
phone
stop
is
his spear
56
from left to
FPS,
right.
so.
And then he twirled.
How many
So now,
percent? Which one is
they approached
FPS?
the
What
realm
does
center.
FPS?
Is that not what you're talking about?
No.
Their head was
What are you
chopped off
talking
in
about?
that attack,
That was.
and eventually
I
their
will never
bodies were
even
reduced to
talk. I'm
tiny
talking
pieces
about the
that were blown away
Celsius.
by the air. Something targeted him from behind.
Is it
So he
core
twirled
or
his
round?
spear, and it deflected those arrows.
No.
He's getting
How many
annoyed that they're
percent is
coming one
my
after
phone?
another. He's getting pissed at them, since all they do is hide and shoot from the shadows. He unleashed a powerful attack that shattered the
67.
ground, and then a wind formed a small tornado, and it covered a wide area.
No, no, no,
But
no,
the
no,
shadow
no.
fiend
Okay,
moved
yes,
over
thank
the
God,
ground.
thank God, thank God.
Even if it was a huge gale and it looked scary, they realized that it doesn't really do any damage.
Jesus.
It made them underestimate the cultivator. But Hay did that so he could see them. They were surprised when he appeared behind them. They immediately released an arrow. Hay released another attack. He created a hand that squashed the fiend into pieces. The other
Tu vais dar taça.
It was like a paper
Na
cut out of a
taça.
human. Jen used it to spy on him. Shi Hong inquired if the idiot was still alive. Their original plan was to use him as cannon fodder to scout what types of fiends were on that path and what moves they had. In that way, they could plan their strategy before going in. But to his surprise, the kid was having an easy time. He told Bing about the change in their plans. He decided not to fight the Fiend King. Instead, he wanted to lure the Fiend King towards the idiot's path. Bing then summoned his axe weapon and immediately threw it towards something. The axe hits its target. That creature emitted flames from the two holes in its body. The loud sound and the commotion it caused caught Hay's attention. I bet our boy already knew that they were just toying with him. Hay kept fighting. He slashed at the hidden fiend, paused for a brief moment to steady himself. Only then did he realize his neck had already been scratched, so he pulled back. He moved so fast that when he landed on the other side, droplets of his blood were still hanging in the air. He hadn't even noticed the fiend until it grazed his neck. He knew immediately that it was an attack. If he had been even a little slower, his head would have already rolled. He swung his spear in a wide, circular motion, creating a protective barrier. The ground shook, and the fiend burst forth from it. He saw it, but it was too fast. Suddenly, a massive rock arm erupted from the ground. It reached out to seize the fiend midair as it leapt away. Electricity crackled along the arm. At the same time, the fiend attacked from behind. It kept slashing at the barrier. Sharp
I
razor-edged
hate this
spears
nigga. I
forcing
swear
him
to
to take
God,
on
I
the big
hate
arm.
this nigga.
Our
I
MC then
hate
fired
him.
the dark nether lightning, and it exploded. Several more explosions followed, but the fiend managed to evade them. Even the dark nether lightning couldn't touch it. It was the fastest fiend Hay had ever fought. The fiend realized the shield was tough, and its normal attacks weren't doing anything. If it couldn't break through from the outside, then it would attack from within. It used stealth again, and completely vanished. Hay noticed it was gone, until a blade pierced up from the ground inside the barrier. Our MC was definitely caught off guard. The strike cut straight along his sagittal plane. It looked like an instant kill. The fiend was pleased. Just as it had expected, the barrier's only weak spot was directly beneath Hay's feet. But then, it froze. Hay's body turned into a stone doll. Only then did the fiend realize it had fallen into a trap. It immediately dove back into the ground, but its head was nearly severed before it could escape. It was forced to retreat. The fiend realized that Hai had deliberately left the ground unprotected to lure it in, but fighting in such a cramped space against a spear was no different from begging to die. That said, Hai never planned to defeat it with a weapon. He activated the 10,000 refined steel and stone technique. The fiend mocked him, challenging him not to drop the barrier and flee once he started losing. The fiend charged, and again, till Hay grabbed its arm. It retaliated with a punch, but Hay managed to block it. Then he charged forward as it continued slashing at him, until it dropped its dagger. Hay opening to punch it, but it vanished. He taunted it, saying it was going to lose. He even asked if it wanted the barrier gone. The fiend lurked behind him. In its mind, it cursed and imagined tearing him to pieces. It decided not to fall for the taunts. It chose to stay hidden, knowing it couldn't gain the upper hand. It was useless, and Hay's stealth control was superior. When it refused to come out, Hay condensed a ball of energy. The fiend couldn't believe he planned to use something like that in such a confined space. He could get blown up too. Hay dropped the ball of energy and unleashed a violent explosion. The fiend's left arm and right foot were gone. It had poured all its demonic aura into defense, yet it was still mangled that badly. It expected Hay to be in terrible shape as well, and with the barrier down, it planned to hide again. But to its shock, stealth no longer worked. Hay grabbed its hair. "Don't run," he said. "We're not done playing yet." The fiend couldn't understand how Hay was completely unharmed. Our MC then sucked energy into his fist. When the explosion was triggered, Hay immediately activated the stone shield technique. But he didn't come out unscathed. His wounds began to heal. He knew this was the Dragon King's work again. The fiend wondered how Hai was still completely slower, he would have been frozen against the tree. Hay turned to check the direction of the attack. That was when he realized something was very wrong. The front wall from the third tunnel was here as well. Hay released his fire to satisfy his growing suspicion. His perception spread through the tunnels, and that's when he sensed it. Several people hiding behind the walls. Just as he expected, those scumbags were interfering. He dashed forward and charged straight at the Frost boss fiend. The first fiend had begun to heal when it saw Hai rush directly toward it. The Frost fiend unleashed an ice attack. Hai dodged it and the stealthy fiend was stunned by his move. The ice attack continued toward the fire fiend, and it struck. The fire fiend was instantly frozen. Only then did the stealthy fiend realize Hay's plan. He was using ice to kill fire. The fire fiend roared shattering the ice encasing it. A massive fire fiend all the way to the frost fiend's position. When the flames the two fiends the stealthy fiend could only put these idiots in his head.
Bro, what the
In that
fuck?
brief moment of distraction, both fiends lowered their guard, and Hay struck, moving at the speed of light. Now that he had their full attention, he raised his middle finger and taunted them. Naturally, he charged after them. They unleashed devastating ice and fire attacks in unison, and our MC was kept running. Meanwhile, at the end of the tunnel, the battle drawing closer. Jen immediately understood what was happening. They were sending over all the boss fiends toward them. It felt insulting, as if Hai believed they wouldn't be able to dodge. But then Jen recalled what he had just witnessed. Hai had survived attacks from 3 boss fiends, and now he was attempting to reverse the order. Jen hadn't expected someone with connections like Hai to possess real combat skill. They decided to retreat toward the entrance of the secret passage. If things went south, they would simply leave. But the moment they took a step, the ground beneath them began to glow. They froze. It was a trap formation, and then it detonated. 2 of them managed to protect themselves, but Jihan wasn't so lucky. She lost her right arm and her left leg. She desperately to her shock, he turned and walked away. Only then did she realize it. They were completely trapped. Jen demanded to know when the formation had been set. Hay's voice answered calmly. "You were all pretending to be benevolent." Jen stiffened. Hay stepped into the trap formation and looked at them. "Did you really think I trust you completely?" He attacked, activating a light skill flashbang technique. Hay scoffed. "How did you know I wasn't doing anything?" Figure blurred as he advanced.
Yeah.
wildly across the air. But in a flash, the stealth fiend sliced it clean in half. Immediately after an icy blast came flooding toward it. It circled around blast, and cut the ice off into pieces. Its sting
Diablo.
appeared in countless other fragments. Suddenly, the stealth fiend dropped to one knee. It told Hay that it wished to join the sect and follow him forever. RMC was surely relieved. He revealed later that this had led to future prophecies. The fiend admitted that if the blazing mushroom fiend hadn't interfered earlier, Hay would have already killed it. It confessed that Hay was different from other cultivators. As proof, Hay had learned a signature stealth technique extremely advanced and used it with terrifying mastery. Among all the past founders and sect leaders, Hay was the youngest, and the one with the greatest potential of becoming evil. On top of that, he had long hinted at the futility of pushing the field. It understood its limits. He intended to remain in control. It also gathered blazing flame mushrooms and killed all its enemies. Hay replied
Ah.
that offering someone else's fiend cores didn't count for much. If it truly wanted to prove loyalty, it should hand over its own fiend core. That put the fiend in a desperate position. Behind it, Hay quietly prepared his blade. The fiend's hands trembled. Then it slammed its chest, forced its core out, and offered it to Hay. Here's the current status of his pending missions. For advanced pay, Sec Leader's token, the Golden Core Realm was at 1/1, Major Sec Recommendation Letter 0/1, and Impermanence Ruin Fiend King Core 1/1. For the next mission, advanced pay, Golden Core Realm, he has 1/1 10th layer condensation realm, 1/1 blazing flame mushroom, 1/1 chill bone herb. Lastly, the advanced pay for wind control he completed comprehend mantra and 10 out of 10 practice wind control. Early in the morning, someone rang the doorbell. Hay opened the door and saw Tian Hui standing there. She had been jogging nearby, so she brought him breakfast. Hay had already given her a spare key. She could have let herself in, but she chose to knock instead. After all, he might have been doing something strange in his room. He was most careful with her sharp instincts and clarified that he was not doing anything. Then Tian Hui expressed that she still feels strange. RMC again makes it clear that he was not doing anything strange in the room. Still, Tian Hui frowned. She said the room definitely felt off. She suddenly spun around. It was wrapped something. It was an arm. Tian Hui was sure that there was a demon at work. The stealth fiend finally deactivated its concealment. It admitted that it only wanted to pat her shoulder and scare her a little. It hadn't even fully suppressed its aura, nor was its concealment technique running at full power. Even so, for her to notice it at all, it acknowledged that she had real skill. The stealth fiend called her senior sister. Tian Hui immediately understood. Hay had accepted it as a disciple. She sighed and commented that he was truly hungry. Since things had already come to this, she said she wanted to take a bath first. The moment she entered the bathroom, someone knocked on the front door. It was Yuping. RMC was puzzled by the visit. He quietly instructed the stealth fiend to activate concealment and hide. The one at the door was also a cultivator, and Hay wasn't very familiar with him. He didn't know how Yuping would react if he saw a demon inside. To his surprise, the stealth fiend headed straight into the bathroom. Hay opened the door and let Yuping inside. He asked what brought him here. Yuping handed him a recommendation letter. RMC was shocked and delighted. Yuping explained that he had heard Hay still hadn't registered with him, so he returned home to his family for a recommendation. Since he couldn't recruit Hay into his own sect, he figured he might as well finish the good deed properly. After all, connections were best built at the source. One of his remarks caught Yuping's attention. Just needed? He asked whether Hay had already handled everything else, like challenging the sect leader. RMC replied no. Yuping's eyes lit up. He praised Hay openly. He had always known RMC was capable, but he never imagined it was to this extent. Now that everything was settled, Yuping said he would be leaving. He told Hay to look for him anytime if he ever needed help in the future. Then Yuping got into his green car and drove away. His driver noticed how fond he seemed of Hay. Yuping replied that Hay had immense potential. The driver asked if it was because Hay came from a humble background, yet still managed to break into the true condensation realm at such a young age. He remarked that it was indeed impressive, achieving that level without the cultivation resources of a wealthy family. Still, the city wasn't lacking in prodigies. There were other top students in the true condensation realm who came from far away. Their talents were more favored by the old man. Yuping responded that while his father's wishes had to be respected, he had his own standards as well. Then he reminded the driver that he worked for him. And if he kept calling his father old man,
Diablo.
That was perfect. He had been sitting on an idea for a long time now. Only then did he realize something odd. The two of them had been in the bathroom for quite a while. He couldn't help but wonder what they were doing in there. The stealth fiend, meanwhile, felt relieved. The obstruction was finally gone. It slowly pulled aside the shower curtain. A grin spread across its face. Qian Wei was startled when she saw it and demanded to know what it was doing. It said it wanted to test her strength. It stepped so close that their chests nearly touched and told her not to be shy. After all, earlier, she had been very straightforward. Qian Wei exploded with anger and she blasted it away for going too far. In the area, the residents wondered whose gas tank exploded. He commented dryly that the two of them were playing games so hard they almost destroyed his house. He had already pre-advanced the landlord's house repair funds, meaning the post-pay mission would be theirs to complete. Since their demon core was already in his possession, the mission, simple as it was a perfect practice. The stealth team received the post-pay mission notification. It complained that it hadn't followed him just to run errands for boring tasks. They replied that if it completed the mission properly, he would give it better rewards, and maybe he would even return its demon core. The fiend had no choice but to agree. Qian Wei protested, and the mission should have been assigned to her. After all, she was the one who broke the house with her spell. He had already pre-advanced the blood-boiling curse mark and ordered her to complete it. She recognized the name. It was the same as the dagger. Hay explained that the effect into the blood curse on her body. From now on, she wouldn't need to pull out the dagger every time she fought. She checked the mark on her body. Then she asked whether Yin was taking too long to finish the weapon upgrade completion mission. Hay answered that he had assigned Yin other completion missions. Qian Wei complained that he always that night, class teacher Old Tao was training in the park. Although his pension was accurate, he had saved quite a bit in his earlier years, so life as a little old man was comfortable enough. More importantly, he no longer had to face ferocious demons. But he spoke too soon. A rift suddenly appeared above him. A monster emerged from it, catching him from his off guard. The monster's mouth stopped an inch from his face. Both of them froze. Then a voice spoke calmly. "You're blocking the exit. Move aside." Unexpectedly, the wind kicked the shit out of the monster. It landed right at the peak of the mountain nearby. The old man realized that although he couldn't sense the creature's exact level, one thing was certain. This boss fiend was far stronger than the mushroom fiend from the first mock exam. And he couldn't believe that he had taken it out with a single kill. He couldn't help but wonder, had she made a massive breakthrough in just a few short months? Old Tao recognized him and thanked him for his life, but she didn't remember him. He laughed and explained that he used to be her homeroom teacher and had retired early. Only then did she remember. He was the teacher who accepted her money just to let her go. She told him there was no need to thank her. It was nothing. Besides, it was already a blessing that he had lived long enough to retire. After that, he headed home. On the way, he kept thinking about what she had said. A strange thought crossed his mind. If he had been funded all along, maybe he would have received even more
Mm-hmm.
bonuses.
Hmm?
That thought alone made him decide
Am
to
I?
handle that.
Get me tissue from that.
Two men in robes emerged from the shadows. Old Tao asked which class they belonged to. It was already late, yet they weren't home. He questioned why they were wandering around the school's back alley. The two men asked him why he assumed they were students. That was when Old Tao eyes widened. He noticed the bloodstains on the hems of their robes. They had just killed the chemist and wore headed out. Sensing the danger, Old Tao pretended to realize something. He laughed awkwardly and said he must have forgotten. He was already retired, and old habits die hard. Then, he hurried away. His heart pounded. Something was seriously wrong. Normally, he could tell whether someone was stronger or weaker than him. But from these two, he couldn't sense anything at all. Someone had shouted him to stop. That only made him run faster. He activated his god walking technique. Smoke trailed behind his footsteps. In an instant, he pulled several hundred meters away. Now at a safe distance, he planned to call the police. But before he could, the two rogue men appeared beside him. One of them commented casually that he hadn't expected an old man out jogging jogging at night to be a cultivator. Old Al was horrified. To think his god-walking technique was backfired. A ray of flame shot out from one man's eye. It struck old Tao squarely in the chest. His phone slipped from his hand and fell to the ground. The other robed man appeared and scolded his companion for causing a disturbance. He'd already warned him to keep low profile, yet he still made such a big commotion. If the operation failed because of this, he made it clear that he wouldn't plead for him with the king. The man replied that he had already suppressed the spell's power to the bare minimum, so it wouldn't wake the neighbors. His colleagues said that it was fine. He had already placed soundproofing talismans on the surrounding walls, so no one inside could hear him. He told him to hurry up and clean the table. After that, they went to the cliff. They stood there watching the place where the operation would take place. The robed man felt anticipation rise in his chest. He was a chance to make a name for himself. The next day, they went to the university. All of his disciples were busy completing their repayment exams, so he was the only one left to pick up his admission ticket. Unexpectedly, a luxury car slowed down beside him. Our MC grew curious. Then
Hey,
the
Gift.
car stopped. The man inside rolled down the window and asked if he was Hay's student. Hay replied yes and asked who he was. The driver got out and scolded him for not even recognizing the sect leader of the 100 refinement sect. Hay was genuinely confused. He clearly had no idea what that sect was. The sect leader told the driver to drop it. Hay had transferred from a regular high school into the cultivation graduation class, so it was normal for him to be ignorant. He then got straight to the point. He handed our MC a recommendation letter. With it, Hay could skip the spring recruitment exam and gain guaranteed admission directly into a key cultivation university. Hay felt as if his luck had finally turned around. It was like a massive pie had fallen straight from the sky and landed on his head. He read the letter and noticed it wasn't for Tsinghua or a university. The driver immediately called him an ungrateful brat. He said countless people dreamed of getting guaranteed admission, yet Hay was still being picky. The secretary explained calmly that although it wasn't Tsinghua or Peking University, the school he was recommending still ranked among the top 100 key cultivation universities. He pointed out that the spring recruitment exam for cultivators wasn't like the Gao Kao for ordinary people. For normal students, it was just one test paper. High or low scores didn't decide their fate. But for cultivators, one moment of lost focus in the exam could mean death on the spot. Hay still wanted to be. He wanted to aim for the top 10, and he was confident he could achieve it without any problem. Before he could finish speaking, the car had already sped away. Hay muttered that the man had worse manners than he did. Inside the car, the driver complained that the kids simply refused to listen to him. Then he asked whether the sect leader was worried that Hay might affect the young master's results. He mentioned that the young master had a bad day and only placed second in the mock exam. The sect leader replied coldly that he wouldn't tolerate anyone who dared to refuse him. He then instructed the driver, "Make sure Hay never makes it onto that exam field alive." Back at home, Yin, Chenhui, and Hay gathered on the sofa. Our MC told them that there was only 1 week left until the spring recruitment exam, so they needed to hurry and strengthen themselves. If there were any techniques they wanted to practice, or any new mental methods they realized they couldn't break through, he told them to write everything down. He would help them advance as much as he could within his limits. The two vanished immediately. When they returned, they dumped a big stack of papers in front of him, everything they wanted to learn. It was a lot, but it also made him realize how diligent and eager they were. He then let out a small laugh. Then, another hand holding papers appeared in midair. The substance revealed itself. It declared that even though it was a monster, it was just as diligent and eager to learn, and it handed over its own study list. Qianhui noticed its chest bouncing. Both she and Yin were instantly annoyed. They knew it was deliberately using that to distract their master. Yin silently resolved to find a chance to deal with it in the future. As the days passed, everyone focused on advancing their cultivation. Meanwhile, at the cliff, the robed men planted talismans deep into the rock layer. They also cast spells to shield the area from spiritual detection. The talismans were invisible to the naked eye. They worked carefully, making sure not to miss a single detail. One of them suddenly recalled that the location of the spring recruitment exam had just been announced. Later, they replied calmly, "Humans were never truly united. Since the talismans were finished, the robed man wanted to take some time off. His colleague asked why. He replied that he had accepted a job from a sect on the dark web to kill someone. He was immediately sold for taking jobs that involved cultivators. Meanwhile, Hay reviewed the criteria ability to recruit demon disciples. Second, he had to obtain an infernal aspect demon core. Third, he had to complete cultivation of the infernal aspect implementing a large number of techniques, he distributed them to his myriad disciples as their completion tasks. Only Yin's infernal aspect completion remained, and since several steps in the middle required precision to cultivate his man, he decided to handle it himself. Once the completion task was finished, Yin would gain legitimacy to act openly in the human realm. He checked the notification. The demon core required for infernal aspect completion had to be obtained from a golden first stage great demon most skilled in disguise, the burning antelope. Hay found it strange. Normally, such completion tasks took place inside secret ruins, but the suggested location was in the middle of the desolate wilderness. He then noticed a robed man standing above the cliff. The man confirmed Hay's identity. He compared it with a bounty poster. The robed man declared that someone had placed a bounty on Hay's life, and that Hay couldn't blame him for what was about to happen next. RMC, not even the slightest bit concerned, asked who he was. The man acted strange, mysterious, and Hay couldn't sense any presence from him at all. Suddenly, the man vanished, and reappeared behind Hay. He mocked Hay, saying his reactions were even slower than the old man who had been out for a night run. A ray shot toward Hay. The ground was scraped clean by the blast, but when the man looked again, no one was there. Hay was now holding his head. The robed man was shocked and confused. Hay commented calmly that the man had started attacking him without even explaining himself. He asked again who he was, and who had placed the bounty. The robed man flew into a rage. A violent surge of energy burst from his body, forcing Hay to step back in time. He was furious that Hay dared to look down on him. Smoke filled the area. Within it, the robed man prepared to attack again. In an instant, he closed the distance and kicked at Hay, but Hay dodged cleanly. The man twisted his leg mid-motion and kicked again. Hay ducked into the strike. The impact shattered the ground. The robed man sneered, mocking Hay for doing nothing but running away. He decided to end it with a wide range of techniques that would leave no room to escape. Light escape. Cage of light. Hay was about to respond when a massive blinding ray erupted. It covered an enormous distance. Even the man's colleague saw the attack from afar. He frowned, wondering why his companion had already used his ultimate move. What kind of partner required that much power? Eventually, the ray began to weaken, but it left a huge hole on the ground. Hay's presence completely vanished, so he assumed that the contract was complete. He expected to receive that bounty, a large box of top grade stone. But when the smoke slowly cleared, he saw a shadow. Hay was standing in front. He told the robed man that he just wanted to see if there was anything in his techniques worth advancing for himself. The move was quite interesting, but he wouldn't have been able to block it without opening a barrier. The robed man couldn't believe that Hay blocked it with a defensive barrier, and he couldn't sense the presence of a living person. Our MC revealed that it was because the one talking wasn't a living person. He unveiled a rock that looked like him in the poster. He had this dopey face. The robed man was surprised to see the substitute. He quickly ran away after realizing that he misjudged him. He planned to get the bounty next time, but to his surprise, a fist came out of thin air. Hay showed himself and punched him in the stomach. It was such a powerful punch that the impact made the ground explode. The burning antelope was eliminated. A beast bone fiend core was obtained, along with the camouflage attribute. Now Hay understood why he hadn't realized it was a sheep fiend earlier. The camouflage attribute was extremely powerful. The fiend core itself was also a rare foe, as it possessed dual attributes. He planned to hand it out as a bonus to everyone during the next team building event. Then the bounty poster flew toward him. He caught it, and he was immediately annoyed because it looked nothing like him. At the spring recruitment exam venue, it was quiet. Everyone wondered why it hadn't started yet. Apparently, they were waiting for the chief examiner to officially open the proceedings. This year's competition felt far more intense than the
Pause,
previous
pause,
years.
pause.
It was a major event, filled with young students from the great sects, all overflowing with talent. Rows of chairs were set up at the front, serving as the waiting area. Candidates who were about to take the test sat there. The student noticed someone among them who didn't look like an examiner. He wondered how an outsider could have entered the exam room. The woman beside him explained that she was young mastermind's girlfriend. Disciples from major sects were allowed to bring family and friends. The explanation only made the proceedings even more envious. They gossiped about how the woman was a few years older than the young master, lies. The woman even claimed that she had robbed the cradle, snagging a disciple from a major sect after dumping her previous boyfriend. The man assumed the ex-boyfriend must have been poor and insignificant, someone who couldn't accept his fate after having his girlfriend stolen by a major sect
Oh, ciao, sono in my stream. I don't really tire. Ciao, I sono in my stream.
As far as she knew, his cultivation aptitude was practically zero. She briefly wondered if some miracle had happened, but she quickly dismissed the thought as impossible and assumed that he was just like her, someone clinging to a student from a major sec, trying to snag a front row seat to show off on social media. Lai Junhao asked if it was someone she knew. She replied that it wasn't. She brushed off the topic, saying she must have been mistaken, and that there was no way she knew other students. Not long after, a man appeared at the edge of the cliff and demanded everyone remain silent as he began reading the exam rules. The old man explained that the spring
Yo, what are we going to eat, lad?
format.
I even
The
forgot.
participant with the highest points in each group would advance to the elimination round, where they would fight one-on-one until a champion was decided. Voluntary surrender counted as a loss. If the examiner determined a participant could no longer continue, it would also count as a loss. Once a loss was declared, the participant was forbidden from continuing to attack their opponent. Qian Wei asked if that was the Grandmaster. Pei thought it was, since the man looked transcendent and sage-like. Yin didn't care. The old man then turned around. He bowed and asked the Grandmaster if they could officially begin. A calm, regal man in blue robes sat on an ornate throne, with a man in a black suit sitting rigidly to his right, and a topless warrior in red robes seated to his left. The Grandmaster was a young man, and he replied in affirmation. They declared the beginning of the exam. Kay saw on the board that they were both scheduled last in their respective groups. Group A, numbers 1 and 2, were called to step forward. A man in red pants faced off against a long, silver-haired man. The man in red pants was a disciple of the Tyrant Body sect, Sun Ming. His opponent was an Earth Spirit sect disciple, Shenantian. Ming challenged him, asking how long he planned to keep that nonchalant expression. He took his stance, and in a split second, he was already in front of him. Nantian was startled, but he managed to evade the powerful punch at the last moment. He
Diablo.
realized how fast Ming was, and how lethal his attacks could be. He used Earth Escape to retreat. The ground trembled violently. Then he followed up with a rapid stone rain. Massive rocks poured down toward Ming. Ming was agile, skillfully weaving through the barrage as he closed the distance without taking a hit. He boasted that, in terms of speed alone, he could compete with someone an entire major realm above him. Nantian jumped as Ming slid in for a low kick. That was exactly his plan, to force him into the air. Nantian calmly stated that even if he had nowhere to dodge, there was also nowhere for Ming to kick off from. Ming was shocked when he heard that, and that was when he realized the entire ground beneath him had collapsed, forming a massive pit. Nantian had used the Earth Escape, dangerous terrain technique. There was no other outcome. Earth Spirit Sect disciple Shi Nantian was declared the winner. Alright, that's it for today's story. If you want the weekly chapter updates for the series, those will now be uploaded on my second channel, Manhwa Updater. So if you don't want to miss what happens next, make sure to check it out and join the update gang. Thanks for watching, stay cool, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.
Chat. In the next lesson, me, I'll stop streaming. Yo, I like today. Even though I already stream for like 2 hours.
It doesn't matter.
I know, idiot. Have I even explained why I say I like today? Ah, I like today because of the quality. Go and check now. Show me. Enter and check it. Enter and check the quality. Diablo. Can you not see it? The quality is fire, demon. Can you not see it? The quality. Oh, no. Diablo. Diablo. Yo. Wait, is it my own that give ad? Yeah? Wait, let me see.
The story opens many years in the future, where America is controlled by by a powerful media corporation known as the network. Most citizens live in poverty and cannot afford treatment even for minor illnesses. To keep people distracted, the network brought
You got 10 samurai out in the field for me. And this man's family's after him because he wants his body back. And they're the same ones that took it. Yo, what's up, YouTube family? We're back with another banger. In this video, I'll be giving my firstborn to the demon god so my land can prosper. You good, man? But hold on, if you ain't catch that, let me go more in detail. We got Daigo Kagemitsu, and he's the lord of this land, and his land might as well be on the same scale as Haiti. And if you know what Haiti's like, you can gather what this man's land is like. And to be completely honest, I can see where he's coming from, because if my land's probably restricted like Daigo, we got the latest edition of newspapers and garbage sprawled out across the street. I'd be quick to sign that 360 deal with whoever, as long as my land can prosper. But basically, Daigo pulls up to all the hell with literal demons resided, and the priest is saying, yo, do not cast aside the ways of our God, or your land may prosper if you make a deal with these guys. That is not a strong foundation to go off of. And Daigo's like, yeah, shut that junk up. He kills him on the spot, and then he's like, oh, demon guy, take whatever you want, take whatever you need. As long as
So they busting. They busting more. Oh my. Oh my. Yo, welcome to the stream back. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, my demon? My demon. My demon. My demon. What's good, bro?
And before Yakimaru is actually born, she prays to the goddess of mercy. So when the lightning strikes, it actually hits the goddess of mercy instead of absolutely just
Yo,
killing him
Diablo.
before he's even born. But regardless of this, dude has no skills, no
No.
armor, no back,
No.
no nose, no mouth, no arms, no legs. He's looking like that one character from Baki wrapped up. Just imagine him with no skin on his body. Got me writing in the notes app as a reminder. Firstborn for the land successful, so get a scar on your forehead. Alright, and boom, that's the upbringing of Yakimaru. We meet this little
Ah, Diablo.
Yakimaru got caught stealing from these dudes trying to steal their stuff. Hey, bro, we don't care how old you is. These hands can be caught by anyone, girls or men. Yeah, but he said literally 3 weeks ago we had to beat a 14-year-old because he said he was better than us at Fortnite. Yeah, I had to show you what real life nitro kids look like, and I'm gonna show you too. Dororo tries to run, but they say, yeah, cut it out. Dororo gets caught. And these grown men who look like they have on Superman tidy whities are straight fucking this little kid. It looks like Dororo's getting the Ichigo treatment, mixed with a little bit of the Gojo treatment, the best of both worlds. So Dororo throws a rock at the main one, making his eyes start bleeding, and he literally starts drowning his child in his underpants. Somebody please give this man a new outfit. The lackeys ain't safe either. They got the same underpants on from a week ago. Go take a shower. But it's time to let Yakimaru's get back session begin. So we see this crash dummy with blades trying to expand his chi on this
Who
planet
is
and
no
quickly
no
begin to break
gay
down
shit?
the
What the
walls
fuck
of
is,
the railroad
what are
tracks.
you
So
talking
as the
about? Who
action
is a
expands,
color,
soon we
dumbass?
catch on the sumo walking and our lead
Oh,
pioneer. Let's
so
resume.
now
When he
people are not
sees a
meant to.
pile of your back-to-school clothes coming down the river, he senses a red aura from it, and if a blind man can see that it's trash, you just gotta put it down. This trash beast, no Gachiaka, pops out the water. It grabs this
Hey,
man's face
Diablo.
like a sprawling basketball, devours this man in a heartbeat. Thank God we don't gotta see his atrocious spit anymore. Other two try to run, but he channels his scorpion from Mortal Kombat, sucks him in, and eats them both. The monster then picks up Dororo, but Yakimaru had to keep the story going. Takes his arm off, showing his sword, and cuts through the arm, saving Dororo. He lands, he fakes, jumps back, catches Dororo with his back. I've seen enough. The Steelers need some more receivers. Yakimaru starts running up the bridge while the Swamp Thing from DC follows. He leads the attack, jumps on the railing, and hits two chunks of the monster. Jumps over the hole in the bridge, stops to expand his chi once more. Leads the attack, falling backwards, cuts the bridge on his way down. Leaves another cut in a part of the bridge, and he's just dodging and cutting parts of the bridge as he goes. A blind man is doing this, by the way. And the bridge completely collapses, sending this man to his death. And Yakimaru starts tweaking, but as a result of this kill, his mask falls off his face, and he gets his skin back on his body. And the fall of Daigo's land begins when lightning strikes the Hall of Hell, destroying one of the demon statues. And this ultimately results in a mudslide on Daigo's land. So on the bucket list, Yakimaru crosses off getting his skin back, and there's a few more things that man needs to get back now. So Yakimaru looks at his cash for the day like it's postal too, and he's like, on this list I need to get my pain back. So let's go ahead and get it done. So him and Dora pull up to a village and they're like, yeah, we got a monster. I'm kind of looking at the man you're saying is the dude for this job, and it doesn't look like he can see, hear, talk. But if you're saying he's a dude, I'm gonna believe you. Let's get this monster out of here. So a villager takes them to meet the village chief, and she's like, yo, I've been hearing so much about you guys, especially that dude right there. Ain't that the dude that we try to take everything from him, but one of the demons can get to him? I think that's him right there. And Yakimaru is itching for the fade. He gets his blades ready, and Goro's like, yo, what's going on here? This is the village chief. You finna get us banned. And the villagers take this opportunity to see this as an offense, and they throw these guys right in jail. A random green hand pulls up to Hyakimaru, Goro, and this old man, but Hyakimaru slashes that junk in an instant and follows where it came from. Kicks down these doors like he owns the whole building. The old lady transforms into some big green snake monster. She thinks she the man himself is all about from DBZ. And Leo Martin says, yo, watch out. This is the demon guy right here in the flesh. Hyakimaru goes in blocked by James. He hits the ground. We use the next attack to land on the wall, jump in, then he gets stabbed through his chest. Pushes through being stabbed and catches both of the eyes of the demon guy. This lame old villager covers Hyakimaru. The demon guy can get away, moving like one of those people in Roblox who be protecting girls and games that don't even know them. She's not letting you do nothing through the screen, and you are never meeting her from John Joe. Hyakimaru cuts through the streets and follows that demon. John Young's looking anything like she's saying her. She said she hopped on the game and takes her play Roblox with me, but I've never played Roblox with a girl.
You throw all your whole village away to play Gold Run and Tech Soul? Yeah, girl, but you need to get a grip. Games ain't that important.
We're back to Hyakimaru chasing this demon guy. He's cutting up every piece of bamboo she throws at him like he's doing the Ghost of Tsushima bamboo strike test to up that resolve. She throws more bamboo at him, he cuts two, cuts one more, and gets pinned to the ground. Hey, it's not looking too bright for Hyakimaru till that bell sounds, but she is distracted. She looks back down and he's gone. From the absolute top row like Jeff Hardy. He drops that sword to the ground, can't touch it, but he's standing there with confusion and she's done for. She starts Hyakimaru saying, oh, you want your body? Let me make up for his mistake. Hyakimaru can't even hear no music, so he has to get a stab straight in the forehead. The villager hits that warrior with the dirt saying, which breaks another statue in the Hall of Pain. And as a result of this kill, our man Hyakimaru gained the ability to feel pain. So looking at that happiness once more, looking at his past in the day, he has his skin back checked. He now has the ability to feel pain checked. But still, this dude's missing a lot of his body. Next up, we find out just how the demon raised him, but this doesn't turn anything to the barrier. So he did not care. He did care something to his face, so let's move on. Yakimaru's standing outside in the rain, looking like Marley, because he can finally feel the rain actually hit his body. Till a random dude walks up with a clean cut in his back. Yakimaru tackles him and gets that red and he's gone. He runs up to see a whole lot of dead bodies. They gonna fight Michael Myers himself. Yakimaru drops his arm in the air. He's got to get hit with a sneaker pad, but he straight blocks that jump. That was how you put in your instant paper. What's that thing? Yeah, I thought you like some fun here.
And a blade setting, he gets some blood, so I decided to use some pudding.
The weird dude stands on the top of his toes like Brendan Allen. He's actually just like he's using his steps back and he's up and then uses one last one. He knows he's hungry and decides to perilous bomb attack. Yaki blocks the head and pushes him back together with block.
Nice.
Parries another attack and doubles up on that parry. This man Yakimaru runs your move scanner right now. I can't lie, but what else could he do? Yaki gets parried by his thumb, but he decides to return the favor and parries him back. Yakimaru's gotta have a 3 times multiplier with all the parrying he's doing in this fight alone. The weird dude's eyes turn red and he's another image by Mr. Sasuke himself. Yakimaru thinks he's easy to attack, but he hit him with a perilous one. He flips the little punch up to touch Yakimaru's thumb. Yakimaru's at the edge of the mountain. He's about to fall off. The weird dude just grabs his fake blade, which is what he knocks out of his hand. Yakimaru goes up to the follower, but he straight leaves the attack. Hey, thankfully he fell off the mountain though. Nah, I lied. He still survived that fall. Goro picks up the sword tunnel and shoots Yakimaru's leg, and it ended up possessing him. Man, that dude did not die, but his name
Ja, mówię. Pójdź drogi Michael.
Exo, ex, some exalt.
The rest of them are straight stoner. But meanwhile, pulls up and you have one of them Disney characters saying this first or the bad news. He tells them, yo, I found a nice spot for y'all. You know you can build some crazy stuff out here.
Yo, man, it took its fun like that. I swear to God. You see, it's already bad. Fuck you, nigga. No, have a lip, baby. If Go on. Ah, diablo. Come here. Oh dear.
Just end this stream. Yes, I saw him today. He was resting.
Mama, come home. Mama, come.
Excuse me. Did you listen?
Yes.
How do you look at it? You think good or not? Please look at it. Stop it.